Join us for the 6th Annual Vulcans Athletics Day of Giving, kicking off at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, September 26th, to support Vulcan Athletics. For 36 hours, alumni, family, and friends will have the opportunity to make a gift in support of their favorite Vulcan sports teams. All gifts support student-athlete scholarships. This year, the goal is to raise $40,000. Make a gift and invite others to join you. You make a difference. Go to www.tinyurl.com/VulcansMakeADifference to make your gift. A new season of Vulcan football is set to begin September 9th versus Kutztown, September 16th versus Shepherd, September 23rd at Edinburgh, September 30th versus Clarion, October 7th at IUP, Homecoming October 14th versus Seton Hill, October 21st at Slippery Rock, October 28th versus Mercyhurst, November 4th at Gannon, November 11th at East Stroudsburg. All games available on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Good. Hello, mic check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adamson Stadium for today's game between California and Shepherd. This is a mic test before we get started. Now go ahead, Braxton. Now you try it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm excited to see a game here between your California Vulcans and against the Shepherd Rams. Excited to see what both teams are able to do this afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's a beautiful day here today in California. Probably going to be one of the last nicer ones we see.
Yeah, right before the weather breaks. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Adamson Stadium, where you have your California Vulcans against the Shepherd Rams. And welcome back, John. I'm along here with my partner, John Safe. Safe, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. It was a nice long-winded run from the bathroom back here, trying to make it back in time, but everything is going to plan. Before we get started, I do want to take a quick mention of your D2Football.com National Defensive Player
Yes, we
of
have
the week last week in Ibrahim Sanogo.
Ibrahim Sanogo, yes, had a great game last week against Kutztown with 4.5 tackles for loss and 2.0 sacks in his first start.
Yeah, and then that forced fumble at the end too kind of just sealed the game for California, and that performance worthy of Defensive Player of the Week honors in the D2 realm. And while we have seconds, we can take a look at the tail of the tape getting into today's game. Both offenses putting up 31 points per game to start the season, with the Vulcans defense only giving up 20 in that last game. Shepherd averaging 27 points per game against them. Yards per game, Shepherd mightily taking that one. 420.5 yards to start the season per game compared to the Vulcans' 312. Both teams not getting the lion's share of the time of possession. 29 minutes, 24 seconds for Cal compared to 26:56 for Shepherd. And both teams not really giving up that many yards on penalties, 38 and 39 respectively for both teams. So a pretty even matchup coming into today's game.
Yeah, for sure. In the realm of QBs also, I'd like to point out that both, I'd say, QBs are currently about evenly matched. Chef Morgan currently with a QB rating of 167.4, and our quarterback, Black, with a QB rating of 140. Not too far off, but to start the season, both QBs doing decent.
Yeah, the last time these two teams played, Shepherd got the better of Cal 26-23 last year in overtime down there in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, where the Rams were able to get that win in overtime. Scored 13 unanswered points in the last 10 minutes and in overtime to win that game. The Vulcans had a 10-point lead, 23-13 with 10 minutes left, and Shepherd able to come back, able to score a field goal to tie the game to take it to overtime as the time expired. So the Vulcans looking to get a little bit of revenge here today against Shepherd and knock down the 14th ranked team in the nation in Division II football in the Rams.
Now definitely we'll see how they manage to start this game, as last game against Kutztown, they were down 27 at the end of the first half. Now, in order for them to do well, especially in this game, you want to avoid getting down early, because a team this good will definitely make sure to put their foot down.
Yeah, it is super important for Cal to get off to a good start. Like we said last week, we were down 20-7 at half. The offense did not look really great to start, but they really picked up in that second half, and it's going to be on California to start this game off strong, because if they don't, against a team like Shepherd, it's going to be very, very hard to come from behind like they did last week. As we get started, the Vulcans going to be going from left to right here in the first quarter, wearing the black shirt with the white pants. Shepherd with the white shirt and the blue pants. Beat Coast kick is underway. It's going to be fielded inside of the 10-yard line by Brown. Brown trying to find a way through and gets brought down immediately on the back end. That was Matt Toby on the return, on the tackle on the return, and it's going to pin the Rams inside of their own 20.
And I thought for sure he wasn't going to get to him in time. I'm not sure. I think tackling on a kickoff is a little bit harder than regular play. I mean, of course, it's open field. Tackles are hard for any, but that was a great play there by Toby.
Yeah, and Brown's not an easy one to bring down, as he already has a kick return for a touchdown this season. He's just such a threat in and all around the field, and Toby got to him quickly there and is able to bring him down inside of the Shepherd 19. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Morgan in at quarterback, man in motion to the near side. First play, handoff to Brown. Brown looking for some room, going to run up through the middle. He's going to get brought down after picking up a few on the play, a gain of about 6. Brown, the leading rusher for Shepherd this season. 38 rushes coming into today's game for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's just such a threat, both in with the rushing game and the passing game. Listed as a wide receiver on the depth chart, actually. It's going to be an empty set on the second down for Morgan. Man in motion to the near side. Morgan back to pass under a ton of pressure, able to go deep on that one, and that pass is caught inside of Vulcan territory and brought down by at the 45-yard line. That was Jeremiah Taylor on the reception. So the Rams, this offense is so strong, and the Rams offense once again proving why they're one of the best. Is 2 quick plays and they're already inside the Vulcan territory.
And that connection between Taylor and Morgan already. Taylor threw it. Morgan threw it before he was even looking. Able to turn around and catch and even get a few yards after the run. That's a catch.
Second down, run up the middle again and to Brown again, but the Vulcans did a good job at sniffing that one out, only a gain of about 2. But Taylor, one of the leading receivers on this team, 7 catches for 113 yards and a touchdown coming into today's game. And he's going to be a big threat for California today. I mean, he's just so big, so tall, so fast, and it's going to be on the Vulcans' secondary to really keep him in check.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And anyone's performance is based on how well the run game is, I'll say, for receivers especially.
Morgan, quick throw, and ran immediately out of bounds. It was Dorner on the reception, just shy of that first down marker. And Shepherd, again, this offense so electric, and I think the key to success is how quickly they go. No huddle for them. They're immediately, everyone's up to the line. They keep the personnel rolling out there and force California to try to make these quick decisions and do their best to capitalize on it.
The difference between a good offense and a bad offense is their ability to mix up plays and keep the defense on their heels, and currently they're liking both right now.
3rd down and 2 from the Vulcan 36. Handoff to Brown again, and Brown able to slip the seam, jukes right up the middle, trying to cut back. Going to get brought down at the 22-yard line. A huge gain, 14 or 15 yards on that carry, and that's going to be the one key part to this offense. Malachi Brown is so electric all around the field, and it's going to be on California and that defensive front to try to stop him.
Brown averaging 4.4 a carry in the 2 games that they've had. 4.4 a carry is excellent. Anything more than 3 is probably what you want out of your running back.
1st down and 10. Handoff to Brown again, and the Vulcans are back there quickly. It's Josh Miller quickly in the backfield. A loss of about 3 on the play. Great read that time from the Vulcans.
Josh Miller wasn't fooled there. Able to read the play action and able to make that play there.
Yeah, Miller on the season, 3 tackles, 1 for a loss, now 2 more a second one for a loss, and a sack, and 2 quarterback hits and a fumble recovery last week in their game against Kutztown. He's a big part of this Vulcan defense, and he got a big play there, 2nd and 13 from the 25. Shepherd back to throw, pump fake, and a beautiful ball right in there, and it's going to be a touchdown on that far side. Great throw by Seth Morgan, and I believe it was number 19, Cordell Batten, coming down with the reception and a quick score for Shepherd.
My gosh, Seth Morgan there threading the needle just over the hands of the defensive back there. Great throw.
And Morgan didn't even care about the pressure that was in and around his face. And Shepherd strikes first. Bozick now on to attempt the extra point. Bozick's kick is up. Bozick's kick is good. 11:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Shepherd strike first, 7-0. We'll be right back here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSEC Network, and 91.9 FM.
Join us for the 6th Annual Vulcans Athletics Day of Giving, kicking off at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, September 26th, to support Vulcan Athletics. For 36 hours, alumni, family, and friends will have the opportunity to make a gift in support of their favorite Vulcan sports teams. All gifts support student-athlete scholarships. This year, the goal is to raise $40,000. Make a gift and invite others to join you. You make a difference. Go to www.tinyurl.com/Vulcans Make a Difference to make your gift.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as Shepherd with a quick score, 11:25 left here in the first quarter, and California already at a deficit. The kick going to be fielded at the 2-yard line by Willis. Willis going to get brought down just past his own 20, tripped up a little bit on himself, and the Vulcans, their first offensive possession of the game, going to start at their own 21.
Not bad field position to start here. Not great either, but it's probably about, I'd say, average for a kickoff. We'll see what the Vulcans are able to do here and see what their offense can cook.
Yeah, I mean, last week it was a tale of two halves of the offense, where that first half was not exactly what you would like, but that second half, it was electric, and California were able to get just everything going in that second half. So if they need to pick up from right where they left off, 1st and 10. Black fakes the handoff. Quick throw outside, going to be caught by Hopkins. Hopkins going to get brought down after a gain of about 4.
Black, in the one game we've had, first game, 192 yards passing, throwing 19 of 26 with 73.1% completion rate, which is a decent, like a matter of fact, it's a pretty good completion rate for your quarterback. We'll see if he's able to continue that today.
Yeah, that's very good, especially in your first start for California. 2nd and 10, Black back to pass again, and that pass tipped and nearly intercepted on the near side. That was Amari Terry getting his hand on it, and Black just got away with that one because that should have been not only an interception but probably a house call for Shepherd.
Definitely a dangerous pass there. What do they say defensive backs are? Wide receivers who can run the routes but can't catch.
Yeah, if they could catch, they'd be a wide receiver. And the Vulcans find themselves in an interesting spot. 3rd and 6 from their own 25, 10:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Black in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Black gets the snap, throwing to his right-hand side, and that pass is going to be high and incomplete. Trying to find Hopkins again, and Hopkins thought maybe he got held back on that route, but no flag thrown. And the Vulcans, their first offensive possession, going to end up being a 3-and-out.
And 3-and-out on your first drive, especially when the other team scored on theirs, is never really a great sign. Not necessarily a great sign, but it's never really good for your team motivation.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really wants to see that. Rosensteel back to punt here for Cal. He's standing at his own 11-yard line. I believe it's going to be Brown back to receive the punt for Shepherd, standing at his own 30. Rosensteel's punt. Line drive going to be brought in at the 27-yard line, trying to break it to the outside, and in fact he does, but runs straight into the wall of California. That was going to be Greer on the return for Shepherd and going to get brought down at his own 45-yard line. So great field position, and once again for the Rams.
Last drive, Vulcans kept on their heels defensively. Shepherd mixing in a decent number of run and pass plays. We'll see what the Vulcans defense is able to do here, as they did last week. Able in the first half, Kutztown ran all over them. Second half, Vulcans shut them down.
Yeah, flag thrown on the back end of that play, right near the Vulcan sideline. It's going to be an illegal block in the back against Shepherd. So that great field position, still going to be pretty good, but going to get brought back a little bit. Instead of starting at their own 45, it's going to start at their own 24. And like you said, this defense really picked it up in that second half, kept the Vulcans in the game. There were a few times where California kind of had their backs against the wall, and this defense were able to come up with some huge stops and were able to keep California in the game, shut out that Golden Bears offense in the second half, and give California the win. 1st and 10 now for Shepherd. Pass caught on the outside. Morgan able to find Taylor again, just shy of that first down marker.
Vulcans right now seem to be rushing 5, at least last few plays I've seen. Rushing 5 and putting a little bit more faith in their defensive backs here, opting over pressure over coverage. We'll see how they adjust from here on in this game after that gain of about 8 yards.
Yeah, we saw that a lot last year where the Vulcans were just so confident in their ability to get to the quarterback, and they did an awful lot and just left their corners and their safeties on an island. 2nd and 10, play action pass, Morgan to throw, able to find Taylor again over the middle. Short game, but enough for a first down, and a flag thrown in the back end in the secondary. I saw Solomon Jr. and Dorner for Shepherd kind of exchanging a couple of words there at the end of the play.
So he definitely looks like a dead ball penalty. Might be unsportsmanlike from what you're saying.
He was thrown on the near side, well away from the play. And like I said, it looked like those two were kind of just jawing back and forth with each other, waiting to see the official call from the referee here today. Pass interference going to be called on the offensive end against Dorner. I think they're going to get him for just trying to push off of Solomon Jr. Or maybe they're just like setting like an illegal pick, just trying to make sure that Taylor was open over the middle.
Yeah, as soon as that ball's in the air, your wide receivers can't really block, so that may have been the case of what's happening there.
And the Vulcans will take that. That'll back Shepherd all the way up. It's going to be 2nd down and 17 from their own 17. So went from getting a first down to not being all the way backed up deep inside of their own territory. 9:45 left to go here in the first quarter. 4 receivers set for Shepherd. Morgan back to pass, stepping up into the pocket, throw over the middle, high and incomplete. Dangerous one. He was trying to find Dorner over the middle, and if the Vulcans were able to get a hand on that, tip that one in the air, anything could have happened, but once again, Morgan getting away with that one.
We've had 2 back-to-back penalties here for the Shepherd Rams. Penalties are never fun. Takes away from any progress and any work you put in the play previously. We'll see if Vulcans' defense is able to capitalize off of that.
Yeah, big 3rd down here for the Vulcans. 3rd and 17 from the Shepherd's own 17-yard line. Morgan back to pass, now stepping to his left, firing deep down the field. That pass going to be caught by Taylor again, man. He is unbelievable. Going to get brought down past the 40, but there's a flag thrown again in the backfield.
Oh, my goodness.
And I think that the way the Shepherd are looking at it and the way that they're yelling, it's going to go against them.
Ooh.
And that one's going to go against Malachi Brown, number 4, the running back, going to get called for the holding penalty. And a big play for California. That was a 25-yard catch by Taylor. Going to get the first down and a couple extra. And now the Shepherd going to be back up inside of their own 10 down to their 7-yard line.
Man, those penalties, I tell you, are never fun, especially with a big game like that. Ugh.
3rd and 25 now, actually, from the Shepherd's 9-yard line. California got away with that one, but they need to get a big stop here. We saw them give up a few big 3rd down conversions last week against Kutztown. Morgan, handoff to Brown, and Brown able to slip through. He's just so quick, able to break through a couple tackles before running to the brick wall, which is the heart of the Vulcan defense. Going to be stopped well short of the first down, and the Shepherd punting unit going to be brought on the field. So Vulcans able to get off the field, able to get their defense off the field, and have the chance to get some good field position to start their next drive.
Great way for the great series there for the Vulcans. Able to stay disciplined and only having penalties against your Rams, but I feel like it might have been a situation where they've been saved by the bell.
Yeah, we see penalties kill drives all the time, as the punt going to be fielded inside of their own half, and Willis going to break it inside of Shepherd territory, going to be brought out at the 38-yard line, and the Vulcans have a great position here, so quick and so elusive, able to just get it to that outside before being ran out of bounds, and the Vulcans start their second drive inside of Shepherd territory.
Man, what marks the great style of any returners, knowing when to bounce it out or cut it back in. Great return there, able to get it down to about the 39-yard line.
It's all about finding those angles, able to just see if you can break the corner and able to turn up the field. And the first offensive drive for California, a bit uninspiring, but have a chance here to just tie things up, get themselves back into the game. 1st and 10. Handoff on the play to Williams, and Williams looking for anything, going to keep moving his feet. Going to get back to about the line of scrimmage, actually going to lose a yard on the play. That Shepherd front just so stout there and able to get a stop. Second and 11 now here for Cal from the Shepherd 40-yard line. The Rams showing blitz. Just loading the box. 2 receivers on the far side for Cal, 1 on the near. And Williams still in the backfield with Black. It's going to be Black back to pass, firing toward the near side. And that pass going to be caught in and around the first down marker by Martin. It's going to be just shy of that first down, about 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches on the play.
Rams there dropping into a zone. Black able to thread the needle, able to find an open man.
Yeah, good route by Martin, able to just get in front of the defender covering the flat and able to get just behind that one covering the far zone, and Black able to throw that one in there. 3rd and 1 on the play. Pistol formation for California. Black sends Williams to his right. Black going to keep it himself, and Black going to bumble forward for the first down. We saw him do that a lot last week, and he was able to score a touchdown on it as well. And that time Black able to power himself forward and get enough for the first down.
Great read there by Black, able to, as you said, power it in for a yard or 2. I mean, that's all you need to get the first down.
And just smart decision making as well. Just pulling that ball away from Williams at the last minute, getting for the first down, and the junior transfer from Charleston, West Virginia. Just doing a great job here at the helm for California. 1st and 10. Going to be the reverse handoff to Williams, and Williams going to get brought down well into the backfield. Going to lose 2 or 3 on the play. And once again, Shepard just in there in the back immediately, sending everyone through. And the California going to lose 3 on the play.
You know, oftentimes what decides how many yards a run play will get will be how quick your linebackers are able to read that run, and immediately you see linebackers blitzing and seeing that it was a run play.
2nd and 12 now from the 30. Black back to pass. Screen pass on the near side. It's going to be Hopkins again with the catch, but Hopkins loses the football, and Shepard going to come down on top of it, and that's such a killer for California.
Ooh.
It was Martin on the reception, and I think he just got too much daylight ahead of him. Thought he had way more time than he did. Going to get popped from behind, and the Vulcans had their chance deep inside of Shepard territory, and going to lose another fumble and another turnover against them, and give Shepard a gift.
Fumbles, it's so easy to do, but it's never a great feeling, especially this close to the red zone, especially when your team could have capitalized, maybe scored, or maybe even just got a field goal. Never a great feeling, but it can happen so easy.
And Shepard going to get the ball back at their own 16. 6 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Morgan back to pass, firing to his right-hand side, and that pass going to be incomplete. That went a little bit too high for his intended receiver. 2nd down and 10 now from the Shepard 16-yard line.
Would have been a pretty hard pass to complete there. Immediately pressured. Vulcans seem to be favoring a little bit of a blitz, or just always at least sending at least 5 men. I've noticed these last few plays.
Yeah, when you have players like Toby, Sonogo, Miller, Hutchinson all in around, you want to send them and you want to get them to the quarterback. 2nd and 10 from the 16. Morgan going to hand the ball off, and the Vulcans are right there again. It was Nazir Russell on the carry there for Shepard, and the Rams going to pick up about 1 on the play. So another big 3rd down here for California.
California is starting to recognize run versus pass plays a lot better now. It's starting to read the stop the running lanes.
3rd down and 9 from their own 17-yard line. 2 receivers on the near side, going to be trips now as the man in motion.
Expect to see a pass here. And there it
Morgan under pressure immediately. Pass is caught and trying to juke around. It was Dorner on the catch, but only going to pick up about 5 on the play. So great play by Siegel, able to bring him down, not falling for the juke moves, and able to wrap him up, force another big 3rd down stop for the Vulcans.
Big defensive play calling there by the Vulcans. As you see, they went in the zone. With zone defense, it's not exactly you want it preventing the pass play. You're just preventing certain areas and preventing a large gain, as in that situation was the right call.
So after a first drive touchdown, 2 straight 3-and-outs for the Rams. Fair catch going to be called for California at the 31-yard line. So the Vulcans are going to start their next drive, actually at the 32. And, I mean, they just had such a golden opportunity getting the ball deep in Shepherd half. As we have a second, we could take a look at today's PSAC schedule. A great slate of games: Cal versus Shepherd, Kutztown versus Mercyhurst, Westchester versus Gannon, all starting at noon today. Then at 1 p.m., Clarion versus Lock Haven, and East Stroudsburg versus Seton Hill. The 2 p.m. kickoff games: Bloomsburg versus Edinburgh, and IUP, who lost last week, face off against Shippensburg. And then the night game: Slippery Rock versus Millersville. So great games all day today in PSAC football. As the first down run is going to be a power to this right-hand side, and that was Bobby Boyd Jr. going to pick up a great chunk of yardage. I think that was the most that California picked up at all today on the ground.
Probably a great run there. Now, whenever you run the ball, especially in a game like this, it's never necessarily to get big yardage. It's always to chip away at the defense, get them tired, and get them thinking about other stuff. But great run there, able to get at least probably about 5 yards on that run there.
Yeah, it's all about the war of attrition, who can outlast the other longer. And second down now and 5 from the 37. Going to be just a toss on this near side as the man in motion, and it was Willis who received the ball. Just a nice little touch jet sweep type play, and that's going to be enough for the first down. And that's something that we are not used to seeing from California. Some of these gadget plays.
Yep.
A lot of the time last year we saw the offense as the year went on getting a little bit more predictable in terms of defenses were able to adjust for it and able to hold Mitchell and company to some lower offensive outputs. But so far this season, California really just digging deep into the playbook, showing off everything. First down and 10 now. It's going to be Boyd again, and Boyd stiff arms a man and going to break a few tackles and get brought down at the Shepherd 36-yard line. Another strong run from the Vulcans, and another big one from Bobby Boyd Jr.
Bobby Boyd, last game only having 2 carries with a long about 4. This game, seeing the ball a lot more and doing well with it.
Yeah, that's a grown man's run right there. Able to just power through in between the tackles and able to just push down a defender or two and break a few on the way. First down and 10 now for Cal at the Shepherd 36-yard line. And this is where the Vulcans were last time out before the fumble. Handoff to Williams this time, and Williams trying to just break through, and this time the Rams able to sniff it out. Williams still going to pick up about 3, able to just keep those legs turning, but not as big of a gain as the last one.
Yeah, continuing to go back-to-back to the run game. I'm not sure what happened to their offensive line this series, but offensive line is coming up big, and so are their running backs.
Second down now and 7 from the 34-yard line. 2 receivers on the far side for California. Williams in the backfield to Black's left. Black gets a snap, firing quickly towards his right. That pass going to be intercepted as Kalechi had the ball and fell down to the ground, and I think it popped up, and it's going to be Emilio Pena on the interception or fumble. Not quite sure, but either way, it's going to go the way of Shepherd. So 2 turnovers on back-to-back possessions. We can take a look at the replay.
Looked like he kind of had it, but kind of popped out as he hit the ground, and that ball was in the air. It was easy pickings from there.
And again, the Vulcans just self-inflicted wounds back-to-back. Just 2 drives inside of the Shepherd territory, and 2 times where they shoot themselves in the foot and just give the ball straight back. And Shepherd now going to start this next drive from their own 23.
If I'm not mistaken, we might have had a fumble last week too. Kind of the same type of situation too.
In that third quarter, I remember as the first down run, handoff to Brown, and Brown going to get brought down after picking up maybe half a yard. It was Miller who got him down, and that was a struggle last year for the Vulcans, was the turnovers. We're not quite forcing as many turnovers as you would like on the defensive end, and giving up a little bit too many on the offensive side of the ball. And so far this season, we saw an interception and a fumble last week. We've already seen an interception and a fumble here today for California, and just need to take better care of the ball on the offensive end.
Yep.
2nd and 9 now from the 24, man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Quick throw to the near side, going to be caught and out of bounds. It was Dorner again on the reception. Picks up about 4 on the play. 3rd down and 6 now for Shepherd.
Dorner, currently one of Morgan's favorite targets right now. At least these last 2 games, number 10 receptions for 201 yards, averaging 20 yards a reception.
Just under a minute to go here in the first quarter of play. 3rd and 4 now from the Shepherd 29. This defense has gotten 2 big stops in a row. Now they need to get another one. Here's the Vulcan defense, not quite sure where to go or what to do. Empty backfield for Morgan. The Vulcans sending everyone at him. That pass going to be caught over the middle, and Dorner able to juke through a couple and trying to get to that outside. Dorner kind of fumbled it, like was not quite a secure reception as he was coming across the field, but able to hold on and able to break it back towards that outside for another first down.
Yeah, kind of bobbled it there on the reception. Lucky for him, there was no defense around him to kind of knock it loose and knock it in the air, but great reception.
And I think Shepherd going to be fine with just letting the clock run out and sending us to the second quarter. That's exactly what they're going to do as both teams make their way off the field, and that's the end of one here at Adamson Stadium. It's going to be California 0, Shepherd 7. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here in CTV. CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, WCAL, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Suffering from World Cup withdrawal? Well, Vulcan men's and women's soccer has you covered. Come up and watch the region's best soccer teams do battle in a combined 18 home games at the beautiful Phillipsburg Soccer Complex. In addition, 3 men's and 3 women's home games will be featured live on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network. Follow Cal Vulcans for up-to-date information on all things Vulcan soccer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as we begin the second quarter here between California and Shepherd. Shepherd, the 14th ranked team in the country coming into today's game, and 2 games this season after they started off 2-0 where they weren't quite convincing, and so far the Vulcans able to keep them in check. But Morgan, play action pass, deep throw down the left-hand side. That pass going to be caught just inside the 30 at the 25-yard line. Morgan able to throw a strike with a man in his face. And that was Barry Hill on the reception. Another big play from this Rams offense.
Goodness gracious, what a find there by Morgan. What Dean say, as I say, a great quarterback for zone, at least for a zone quarterback to beat zone, is patience. Not as much show for man, but against zone there, able to wait and just find the right spot.
And Morgan has just shown so far that he does not care about pressure at all. Man in his face, hitting him as he's throwing, and is able to deliver the ball on a rope. Morgan back to pass again. And again, almost brought in. There's a flag thrown inside the 5 as Morgan got bopped in the backfield trying to find Taylor over the middle. And Taylor almost pulled that in with one hand, but I think the Vulcans going to get called for the pass interference on the play.
Oh, that'll probably be exactly the call. Ref saw, might have got hitting him just a tad early, just before the ball got there, trying to break up the play.
And that's exactly what's going to be pass interference against number 20, Rashawn Murray, on the play for California. And again, it looked like some pretty good defense from Cal there, but like you said, maybe Taylor just got, or Murray, just got in there a little bit too early, so that's going to bring it first down and 10 now from the Vulcan 11-yard line. The Rams on the door of trying to break this a 2-score game, 1st and 10. Handoff to Brown. Brown trying to bounce it to the outside. The Vulcans able to bring him down, but a flag thrown again, and it looked like Cal may have gotten a hold of the collar of Brown, and I think this one's going to go against the Vulcans again.
I'm not sure. I think umpire might have had a hold there against the their left against Rams left tackle there kind of held the end in when he was trying to come out.
Yeah, we'll see which way the pendulum will swing. And if you're the Vulcans, you really need this penalty to go against Shepherd, as this Rams offense just so explosive, able to come up with big play after big play after big play.
Oh, it was 2 of them. Oh.
2 fouls on the play by the offense. It's going to be an illegal formation and a holding call. So you're right, exactly right. It's going to be a holding call against number 82, Brian Jester, the tight end. And so California, they'll take that one every day of the week. That'll back up the Shepherd offense another 10 yards. So it's going to be first down and 20 from the Vulcan 21.
So as a former lineman myself, I'll tell you this right now.
You held all the time? Because I know I do.
Yeah, not every holding call is going to be called, but it is nice when the refs actually see it and you're able to get it.
Yeah, you got to make it not as obvious, but I know I held every time I was in there. Morgan back to pass and under a ton of pressure, able to scramble to his right, able to break a tackle, and able to find his man on the near side.
Oh.
He's going to find Dorner again, and another flag thrown right around the point of reception.
I know exactly what that call is. Right there is a illegal participation. Referee threw his hat to mark. Referee went out on his own will and then came back. Wide receiver. Touching.
Yeah.
Yep. So I believe legal touching. I haven't quite heard that call too many times, but I believe the wide receiver
ran out of bounds.
Yeah, and then came back in, which you're not allowed to do. Now, if you were to get pushed out,
that's a different story.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what happened, because it looks like he might have just towed the sideline a little bit too close. He ran out. Like you said, that's going to result in a loss of down, and it's going to be a 2nd and 20 now from the 21-yard line. So the Vulcans get away with it. Nearly were able to get back to Morgan, who's done a good job at evading this pressure so far. So the Vulcans need to do a better job at just, once they're back there, just trying to wrap him up. 2nd and 20 now. Man in motion to the near side, trips. Morgan back to throw. Going to get it to this near screen.
Oh.
And the man going to break one tackle before getting brought down. It was Batten on the reception, going to pick up about 2 on the play. Going to be brought down around the Vulcan 19-yard line. So big 3rd down here for California.
And for as good as team as the Rams are, they sure have had a lot of penalties. Now, of course, just because the penalties doesn't always make a team bad or good, but you would think for someone as disciplined as they are, you wouldn't think they would have this many against them, especially at this point in the game.
Yeah, both teams had about 38, 39 yards of total penalty yards in their games so far this season. Shepherd well over that today. As it's going to be a handoff to Brown, and Brown going to get brought down, and another flag thrown from behind the play. And I think this one's going to go against Shepherd again. And it's California bending but not breaking again, like we saw last week. We saw it time and time again, as it's going to be another holding call against Shepherd. 3rd down, going to be brought back all the way out to the 30. And if you're California, you're going to accept that, because if you're able to get a big stop here, you're going to make a field goal attempt even harder.
Yep. I guess we'll see exactly what play the Rams opt for here and what type of defensive set the Vulcans will do as well.
And this is a Rams team where we've seen year after year as PSAC champions just absolutely dominant, with Tyson Badgett at the helm, who's now Chicago Bears quarterback. And so far this Rams team have won both of their games, but have not done it in the most convincing fashion, as Morgan back to pass, and the Vulcans nearly able to get to him, but Morgan able to break off the tackle, and it's going to be the pass completed to Brown. And the Cal had such an opportunity there to force such a long field goal attempt, but Morgan able to escape and able to just pick up some yardage.
I'm not sure what it is, but Morgan seems to be smooth in the pocket. Has avoided a few sacks. You think they would have gotten him?
Yeah, I think Morgan may have just lathered himself up in some Vaseline or something before the game, because he just looks slippery, and the Vulcans have not been able to bring him down quite yet, which is what this defense is built upon, is just getting to the quarterback. It's going to be a kick up and away, and the kick is good. So 10-point game now. Shepherd 10, California 0, 11:51 left to go here in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can have the best seat in the house. The Convocation Center will be rocking with 11 home games featuring some of the best teams in the region and the PSAC. All home games will be streamed live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network. Follow Cal Vulcans on all social media platforms for up-to-date schedules and information. Vulcan Volleyball and you, a winning combination.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as Shepherd tack on 3 more. They scored 10-0 in favor of the Rams. And the Vulcans have a chance to get the ball back on offense and finally try to get the ball into the end zone. We've seen 2 drives in a row where California have had good field position, have been driving well, but have ended the drive due to a turnover. Now have their chance to right their wrong so far. Willis going to receive the kick at his own 1-yard line. Willis, a couple of jukes and going to get spun down and brought down at the 25-yard line. 2 flags thrown in the back end of the play.
I feel like either might be a hold or a block in the back call. Referee also threw his flag down.
Yeah, the side judge and the back judge all threw their flags. So
Yep.
Going to be a holding call against California by number 17. I believe Josh Davis going to be called for the flag there, so that'll back up the Vulcans a decent bit. So not the greatest field position to start, but this Vulcan offense has been doing so well until you get to the final hurdle. We've seen them, after that first drive, after that 3 and out, we've seen them get the ball moving, able to get some nice yardage. But we've seen them just trip over the last hurdle, just turn the ball over at inopportune times, and have just had 2 drives where they probably should have been guaranteed some points, just taken off the board.
Vulcans back to the goal line. So far, the Vulcans have been able to get stuff going offensively, just turnovers, fumbles, and interceptions.
Black takes the snap in the shotgun, stepping up in the park and going deep down the field and has a man. And Willis able to pull it inside of Rams territory. Willis to the races, to the 10, breaks a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, California. 91 yards for Eric Willis III. Wow.
Black showing great patience there, even with defenders all around him, able to gather and throw a dot.
Hey, there's no way you can fumble. You can turn the ball over if you score on one play. 91 yards from Black to Willis. And the Vulcans, just like that, are back into the game. And we've seen the Rams offense show off some explosive plays. And that's one for the Vulcans, as we saw some movement around the line. Biko's kick is up, and Biko's kick is good. 10-7 your score. The Vulcans answer back immediately. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM.
Join us for the 6th Annual Vulcans Athletics Day of Giving, kicking off at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, September 26th, to support Vulcan Athletics. For 36 hours, alumni, family, and friends will have the opportunity to make a gift in support of their favorite Vulcan sports teams. All gifts support student-athlete scholarships. This year, the goal is to raise $40,000. Make a gift and invite others to join you. You make a difference. Go to www.tinyurl.com/Vulcans Make a Difference to make your gift.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as the Vulcans answer back immediately with a 91-yard touchdown from Black to Willis. And I mean, that's the biggest play we've seen all season so far, and I mean, not a better time to do it. We've seen the offense, they were struggling, but like you said on the play, Black showing great composure, able to step up, able to evade the pressure, and deliver the ball on a dime to Willis, who hauls it in, and he just does all the rest, breaks a tackle, gets into the end zone, and the Vulcans make it a 3-point game as Biko's kick going to get us underway, going to be fielded at the 5-yard line by Shepherd. Shepherd working their way up the middle. The Rams going to be brought down at the 25, 26-yard line. It was McDowell on the return there for Shepherd. We can take a look at that play one more time.
Man, great throw. Great throw. That's it. Again, great throw there by Black. Right on the dot. And Willis, especially, the receiver, able to gather himself as he was tripped up there, fumbled with the ball a little bit, but able to stay with it. And what a great play by both wide receiver and the quarterback.
Yeah, and there's being fast and there's game-breaking speed. And Willis has game-breaking speed, and that one, it was like so fast. He looked like he overran the ball and had to come back in and get it. First down play, handoff to Brown, and Brown able to slip through and able to find a hole and pick up about 5 on the play. And we see that a lot in the NFL. I'm not going to make the comparison, but we see that a lot with like Tyreek Hill of the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, where Tua just throws it up there, and Hill is just so fast. He's able to just burn the defense. And sometimes those throws just look way underthrown because Hill is just so far away from everyone else. And that is kind of what that looks like there. The throw from Black was right on the money, but Willis was just so far behind everyone else that it looked like he had to come back and try to make the catch. And not only did he do that, he was able to take it to the house. 2nd and 5. Handoff again to Brown, and Brown showing some patience, able to just juke up the field. And Brown just does it all. He just looks so confident and so patient as a runner. Just takes a second before trying to cross past his offensive line, waits for the holes to develop, and able to just burst through for the first down.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Brown averaging 4.4 yards a carry in the first quarter, gaining 32 yards, which is pretty good, especially coming from this team here.
Yeah, team known for just their whole entire offensive prowess, and Brown doing his part. First down, play action pass, Morgan rolling to his right, and Morgan able to get the ball out as he's hit. It was Sonogo in the backfield getting to him again, and I mean, who else?
Yep.
But Morgan again just unable to be brought down for the sack. Great awareness by him, gets it out of his hands, trying to find Hill on the play.
And Sonogo probably will, at the end of the season, hopefully will be a household name, at least around here in California. Again, last week was his first career start, able to contribute big to this Vulcans defense, and again, coming up with a big play there, forcing Morgan to throw it away.
Yeah, we saw Sonogo a lot towards the end of last season, wearing 49, and he was able to get a few sacks as the season went on, but like you said, in his first start, showing off in a big way. Empty set for Shepherd, quick pass over the middle, caught and spun down at their own 45-yard line. Brian Jester on the reception, and Morgan hit as he's thrown again. It's going to be a gain of about 8. 3rd down and 2 now for Shepherd.
Pressure from the Vulcans has been consistent, I'd say, throughout this game so far. As you said, Morgan was hit again. After you get hit so many times, it kind of gets to your head, but we'll see if Morgan's able to stay composed.
And again, that is exactly what this defense is built on: man-to-man coverage across the board, having your front seven beat their offensive line. 3rd down and 2 now. Handoff to Brown, and Brown patient as ever, but going to get Russell on the ball carrier, going to get brought down just short of the first down, about a yard short. And this is going to be an interesting position for Shepherd to be put in. Do they punt it away, or do they decide to go for it? 4th and 1. Inside of their own territory.
I guess it just depends, especially on how much of a risk taker your coach is. With how this line has been performing this job, I'd imagine he would go for it, and that seems exactly what they're doing.
They're going to keep the offense on the field. And if you're Shepherd, I tend to agree, as I don't know why you wouldn't. And some movement around the line, and I think Shepherd may be just trying to catch the Vulcans offside on the play, and I think they're just going to let the clock run out. Shepherd going to take the delay of game and the punt, and good discipline by the Vulcans for not jumping offside. Because we saw Cal thinking about moving as Morgan went under center to try to prevent that QB sneak, but the Vulcans stayed disciplined, stayed tough, forced the delay of game. So it's going to be 4th down and 6, and Shepherd going to punt it away.
So yeah. As you said, great discipline there by the Vulcans. say it's never really an easy thing as you can get jumpy. I mean, as you are kind of looking for it, it's easier to stay on sides, but great discipline.
4th and 6, 8:28 left to go here in the second quarter. Punt away, Willis going to take it from his own 13-yard line. Willis trying to bust through the seam, going to pick up a decent chunk of yardage, going to get brought down at his own 30, and another flag thrown in the backfield after the play on the backside. And it's just been a flag affair so far from either team, or from both teams, but mainly on the Shepherd end.
I'm not sure for California. I saw number 59, Armani Carballo. I'm not sure if that was him there or what that flag might be on. I know it seemed like definitely behind the play, and as well after the play as well.
During the kick, holding on the return team, number 89.
It's going to be a holding call against California. D'Avi Johnson going to get called for the penalty, and they're going to be brought. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. And while we have a second, we can take a look at the Vulcans' upcoming schedule today against Shepherd before traveling away next week at Edinburgh before hosting Clarion, then at IUP for the Coal Bowl, Seton Hill at home, at Slippery Rock, home against Mercyhurst, and then at Cannon and at East Stroudsburg to round out the season.
I'd imagine the Vulcans are surely looking forward to that Coal Bowl, especially after what happened last year. Kind of unfortunate when you think back to that game, kind of just like scrubbed it from our memories as well, but I guess we'll see if they're able to bounce back.
Trying to right the wrongs, and a very similar situation happened in IUP's game last week against East Stroudsburg, where East Stroudsburg were able to get the win 13-12, and kind of just a bizarre affair at the end of the game where we saw some interesting calls from the referees that resulted in IUP not being able to get the last-second kickoff and ended up resulting in an East Stroudsburg win, and a big win, as it kind of blows open the conference a little bit. We figured it would have been at least a 2 to 3 horse race between Slippery Rock, IUP, and California, but an early fall out of the gate from IUP. First down and 10, the run to Boyd on the outside, and Boyd trying to work his way, trying to turn the corner, going to pick up about 1 on the play. And we've seen way more of Boyd that we saw last week. We saw a ton of McCann and a ton of Williams last week, and so far it's been Boyd getting the lion's share of the runs.
Yeah, Vulcans showing they have multiple weapons to go to this season. Those who have touched the ball have shown great promise and have done well with it so far. It is definitely a good thing to know that you can rely on multiple people.
Yeah, we saw that last year as there was just a carousel of running backs. Black, play action pass, trying to find his near side, nearly able to fit it into Willis on that comeback route, but that one left a little bit too close to the sideline, and Willis unable to pull it in.
Yeah, Black, they pressured just a bit, which probably definitely threw off that accuracy just a bit there. Not a bad ball, but just out of the reach there, the receiver.
It's definitely in kind of that catchable-esque area, but just not right where if you and your receiver aren't on the same page, it's going to be hard to pull that in. Yep. 3rd down and 9 now from their own 9-yard line. 8 seconds left here on the play clock. 3 receivers on the near side here for California, 1 on the far. Black takes the snap. Stepping up now, rolling to his right, scrambling, and Black going to have daylight ahead of him. And Black going to work his way up and going to fall down just shy of the 40-yard line. Huge run from Davis Black, who keeps it himself. 30-yard gain on the play from the Vulcans' brand new quarterback.
Shepherd there. Pretty good coverage as Black wasn't able to find anyone open. Great eyes there by Black in order to scramble there with a great yardage to get them get their backs from the red zone.
You know, the defensive ends that time just left to contain, just weren't able to keep the pocket around Black long enough, and Black able to step up, make the right decision, and roll out, and just able to pick up a ton of yardage. 1st and 10 now from the Vulcan 40-yard line. 6:40 left to go here in the first half. Black takes the snap, looking and firing to his right, pass caught by Hopkins, going to be brought down after picking up 6 on the play. Looks like a Vulcan down injured after the play. And it's going to be a big blow for the Vulcans as one of their offensive players goes down to the ground. It looks like number 89, Diaby Johnson, going to be the injured Vulcan down on the ground, and that's going to bring both teams back to the sidelines. And the Vulcans have all the momentum in this game so far. After giving up that touchdown on the first drive, both the defense has been lights out, have been able to hold Shepherd back, and the offense, after 2 turnovers, have just been looking electric, have just been able to pick up yards after yards and able to pick up all of these first downs. And
yeah, I'd say any sport, football shares a similarity with basketball, that any game is based on a game of essentially runs, who has the momentum and who's able to make the most of it.
Johnson able to get back to his feet and able to get his way off the field. So hopefully everything's all right with him, because he's a big piece of this Vulcan offense in the receiving game. Just the Vulcans, after losing Jaquaid Jackson this past season as he transferred to Rutgers, have to have maybe a deeper wide receiver room as they have before, and a ton of players just getting a lot of work, and Johnson being one of them. So hopefully everything is all right with him, and he's going to be able to come back into the game at some point. 2nd down and 3 now for the Vulcans. Handoff on the play. A nice run as the Vulcans are able to find the hole and power forward for the first down now inside of Shepherd territory.
Great run there by the Vulcans, and great effort there by their line. I'm not sure. I didn't quite see it, but you never know that they might have pushed him as well, which is illegal. But I can't say I've ever seen any referee ever call helping the runner. Now you can push the pile is what they say you can do, but you can't push the runner. But it's kind of like a gray area. So
yeah, it was Boyd on the carry. I mean, we see that a lot with the Eagles in the NFL on their patented 1-yard runs where they're able to just power forward. And we always see the clips of Jalen Hurts, who's like, I squat 600 pounds. As the handoff to Boyd again, and Boyd just trying to work through, but that time Shepherd were able to get to that outside before the Vulcan line was able to do so. Going to get back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. But again, it's Boyd getting the lion's share of these carries here for California.
Shepherd able to contain that outside run there. That's the job of their ends. Boyd able to cut it up for at least what may seem maybe like a foot or two, but good eyes to just take what he can get and not go backwards and lose yardage.
2nd and 9 from the Shepherd 44. Play action pass. Black back to throw. Going to get hit as he's throwing that ball high up in the air, and Willis going to come down with it again. That one seemed to sail up there forever, and Willis able to come under it like he was fielding a punt. And Willis able to come down with another huge play in the Vulcans inside of the Shepherd 10-yard line.
And the Willis and Morgan connection again. Morgan, I'm not sure if you've seen, he got nailed. I mean, it wasn't terribly hard, but it definitely threw off where he was throwing. It just so happens that ball was like right in the breadbasket, right in the area where the 2 defenders weren't.
Yeah, Black to Willis for 36 yards. Ball now on the Shepherd 9-yard line. First down, handoff to Boyd, who runs into a wall, bounces it, and Boyd bumbling forward, going to get brought down at the 2-yard line. Another big run from Bobby Boyd Jr. And again, I'm not quite sure. We saw a ton of McCann last week and has not been on the field so far, but Boyd doing well in his absence has been just crucial to this Vulcan running game, as Williams going to check in. 2nd and goal now from the Shepherd 2-yard line. The Vulcans have a chance to take the lead of this game. Willis in this game so far, 3 catches for 133 yards and a touchdown. Oof. Vulcans in the gun. Davis going to take a timeout as the clock was running down to 0. Smart play by him. That'll stop the clock with 3:20 left to go here in the first half. And the Vulcans just took a little bit too long to get the play called and get the personnel on the field as that play clock was winding down. And Black, smart heads-up play, able to look up, able to see that they were going to run out of time and take the delay of game. He calls the timeout.
Yeah. Not a bad timeout here, especially considering how much Time left is what, second quarter. Might as well use your timeouts while you got them, especially this close to the red zone. Gather your thoughts, kind of come up with another game plan, see if you can punch it in with ease or see what the Rams aren't doing.
And this is a good time as well. And the Vulcans, if they're able to get into the end zone here, it's going to be huge as they get the ball to start the second half. So it could end up being a huge swing going into the second half if they're able to punch this one in, able to get a 4-point lead, give the ball back to Shepherd with a few minutes left on the clock here in this first half. And so if the defense is able to get a stop, the Vulcans are able to take a lead into half, they're going to be looking very pretty going into the second half of play. But the Vulcans going to come back out onto the field after the timeout. 4 receiver sets, 2 on the near, 2 on the far. Boyd going to come back onto the field and be in the backfield next to Black. 3:20 left here in the first half. Boyd to Black's right, and Boyd going to get the handoff, and Boyd going to work his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Bobby Boyd Jr. gives the Vulcans the lead after the 2-yard run.
And as you saw, it was the same exact play as they ran last time. Definitely able to punch it in there. Great blocking up front and great eyes there.
And the Vulcan offense picking up where they left off on that second half against Kutztown. 13-10, awaiting the extra point from Beatco. Hard count by the holder. Kick is up from Beatco, and the kick is good. 14-10 the score. The Vulcans have the lead. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on CTV. CTV Sports 1, the PSEC Network, 91.9 FM, WCAL Power 92.
A new season of Vulcan football is set to begin September 9th versus Kutztown, September 16th versus Shepherd, September 23rd at Edinburgh, September 30 versus Clarion, October 7th at IUP, homecoming October 14th versus Seton Hill, October 21st at Slippery Rock, October 28th versus Mercyhurst, November 4th at Gannon, November 11th at East Stroudsburg. All games available on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium. 3:17 left here in the first half of play. The Vulcans strike again. A 2-yard run by Boyd, set up on a couple of big plays, especially that 36-yard pass from Black to Willis to get inside of the Shepherd 10-yard line, and Boyd did the rest, able to run it home. And the Vulcans with a 4-point lead. Beatco's kick going to be fielded by Brown inside of his own 10. Brown able to find a lane on this outside, and Brown has a ton of speed, and Brown going to be forced out of bounds past his own 40-yard line by Logan Pfister. We hear Blaze pounding the hammers. We can take a look at some replays from this last drive, that catch by Willis, and then here's the run by Boyd.
Boyd running the same exact play as they previously did to punch it in the end zone. I said again, line doing up front, have to give your offense and defensive line your props. Without them, you would not have a team.
And again, if they're running it back-to-back plays, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, just had the man in motion, using him as like a pseudo fullback, and just getting Boyd's, who's just such a strong runner, and able to pound that one home. But Shepherd have great field position. 3:07 left, 1st and 10 from their own 43. Morgan back to pass, quick pass on the outside, caught and forced out of bounds on that far side. Taylor on the reception, going to pick up about 4 on the play.
I'm not sure if you've seen it. Vulcans there kind of had a set in a late sub there. Bay guy I've talked to a couple times, good guy. They kind of sent him in late there. Surprisingly, was it in the numbers by the time they hiked the ball. So no penalty there, but definitely could have been close.
3rd and 7, handoff on the play, and the Vulcans get there immediately. It was Russell on the carry who's going to fall forward for a gain of about 3. So 3rd down and 4 now from inside the Shepherd half. Going to be at the 47-yard line.
Gain of 2, it's 3rd
Honestly surprised to see Shepherd run the ball back-to-back, not back-to-back, but run the ball here. I'm surprised it isn't most entirely drive made up of passes, especially with the clock.
Third down pass going to be caught on the far side by Brown, and Brown going to be forced out short of the first down marker. And again, this is another opportunity for Cal to get off the field, force a 4th down and 2. And so another big decision that has to be made by the Shepherd coaching staff on whether or not they want to keep this offense out there. Shepherd looks like they're going to make a few substitutions. But it looks like they're going to let this play clock wind down. Don't have a ton of time. Shepherd still have all of their timeouts, so it looks like they're probably either going to take a timeout or just take the delay of game entirely.
Timeout.
And that's going to be Shepherd's first timeout of the half, and now they have a whole timeout to talk it over and whether or not they want to send the offense back out there or send out the punting unit.
Yeah. So when you have close games like this, clock management is so important. Of course, that's like the work of your quarterback, your coach, and see how well it's even play calling as well. Right now, in order to plays that will definitely conserve time, is out routes or plays are routes that are going out of bounds. Guessing we'll see what Shepherd here decides to do.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to send out their punting unit. And like you said, in close games like this, and with the way this Vulcan offense has been rolling, you don't want to give, if you can't pick up that first down, you don't want to give them great field position because they're more than likely going to score again. So have your opportunity to pin them deep. It's going to be Ryan Barrick back to punt here for Shepherd. Eric Willis III standing at his own 9-yard line. Barrick's punt high, going to be fair caught by Willis at the 14, 13-yard line here for California. So minute 21 left, 2 timeouts for California, and have their chance to maybe tack on a few more points at the end of the first half. And if they're able to do so, they're going to be in a really, really, really good spot.
I'd imagine here Vulcans will probably opt to play it safe. Not too many pass plays, probably just run down the clock and get out of this half here. Unless they decide they want to go play it. I'll say it's high risk, high reward type thing here. If they decide to chuck it downfield or go deep downfield for at least try to get a field goal out of this drive or what?
I mean, we've seen Black find Willis deep down the field a couple of times. So I'm sure Shepherd going to have to keep an eye on him. Black, first down, going to hand the ball off on the far side. A big run from California. That's actually Isaiah Cameron, who's going to run out of bounds. A flag thrown after the play. So that's going to be another huge chunk on to the end of the play. I think it's going to be a late hit out of bounds. So California don't even need to go deep as they're going to pick up a big chunk of yardage to start.
Yeah. Yards.
That one going to go against number 1, Harold O'Neal. And as we can take a look at the replay, just bad decision by O'Neal as not only was Cameron way out of bounds, he was really, really far out of bounds before O'Neal came over to make the tackle. And that's going to move the ball up all the way up to the Vulcan 40-yard line. So a drive that started on the 13, now going to be at the 40-yard line. 1:15 left to go. Vulcans still have 2 timeouts. And Biko has a leg on him, so the Vulcans only need to get about 30 more yards to get inside of Biko's range. Yep. First down, Black back to throw. Pass going to be caught by Willis, and Willis with the screen going to get a ton of room, and Willis works his way to the outside. Willis in a foot race going to get pushed out inside of the Vulcan 20 and right around the Vulcan 20 at the 22-yard line. Another big play from Eric Willis in this Vulcan offense.
Goodness gracious. Vulcan's offense right now all over this Shepherd Rams defense. Calling the right plays, and I'll say that penalty there did not help them at all. But it's little things like that, especially that can definitely decide a game.
Yeah, then I believe a 38-yard gain on the play. You went from hoping to maybe get a field goal out of this to wanting to get a touchdown now as Black in the shotgun, back to throw, looking, firing deep down the middle. Pass caught into the end zone. Touchdown, California. That's Amari Hopkins pulling in the reception. Flags thrown after the play, and the Vulcans don't care.
Kind of got his money's worth on that one. Right now, probably won't affect him too much. I guess we'll see taunting, or I'm pretty sure it's the sportsmanlike. We'll see if they want to enforce it from the for the extra point or from the kickoff. Probably the extra point. Yep.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct against Hopkins. And Hopkins he's got his money worth, but a strike by Black over the middle, and Hopkins gets into the end zone. And Coach Dunn not happy about the unsportsmanlike call, but
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure Hopkins cares, but I don't think it's really going to matter to him at the end as he gets himself into the end zone, and the Vulcans and Biko now out to tack on the extra point.
Yeah, the only thing is you gotta be careful. If he has another one, he better not taunt too much.
Biko's kick is up, and Biko's kick is good. 21 straight points from California. 1-1 left to go here in the first half. 21-10 your score. We'll be right back here on CTV. CTV Sports 1, the PSEC Network, and 91.9 FM. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as the Vulcans with 21 unanswered points as they now have a 21-10 lead here against the Shepherd Rams, the 14th ranked team in the country. Like we said, have struggled to start the season so far, but have been able to pick up 2 wins to start their year. But so far this game, Shepherd were able to force a few turnovers to start, able to get themselves some points, but this last quarter and a half has been all California.
1 minute left. Definitely hoping, and probably have some confidence in your defense, hoping to shut down anything the Rams might do here.
Biko's kick after that penalty in 4 is going to be fielded at the Shepherd 30-yard line by Brown. Brown able to break 1 tackle, going to get pushed out of bounds inside of his own half. And so great field position here for Shepherd as they can look to tack on some points as we can take a look at some replays from that last possession. And it all started on that great screen pass, and Willis able to follow his blockers and just cut it to the outside and pick up that huge gain and able to get down at about the 22-yard line. And then this strike from Black to Hopkins, and Hopkins able to hold on to the ball and able to get himself into the end zone for the touchdown. California, this offense just rolling in this game so far. 1st and 10, Morgan back to pass. Morgan under some pressure and just throwing this one high and out of play, but a flag thrown in the backfield again.
I'm sure everyone seemed to have a flag. Back judge, side judge, referee. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
Yeah, this Vulcan front has not been able to bring down Morgan in the backfield quite yet, but they're forcing Shepherd to have a ton of penalties, a ton of holding calls, and some, like you said, a few flags thrown. 1 in behind the play, 2 in the secondary behind. And there's going to be a foul against both teams on the play.
Yep. Offset.
It's going to be an illegal substitution penalty against California and a holding on the offense. So that those 2 penalties will offset each other. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 once again from the Shepherd 48. And the referee's mic's still on, telling everyone to hold on and wait for his whistle.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how much that's happened, especially on my games where everyone just is so eager to start, they don't even wait.
1st and 10, Morgan back to throw, trying to fire over the middle. That pass caught inside of the Vulcan 35-yard line. That was Cordell Batten on the reception. And the Rams taking advantage of the clock stopping after the first down. They're going to go quickly, 1st and 10. That pass thrown on the outside and caught by Dustin Fisher. He's going to be able to work his way out of bounds, stop the clock, 36.9 seconds left. Shepherd using the play calling wisely, able to pick up some first downs and haven't had to burn any of their last 2 timeouts.
You've got getting out of bounds. I mean, defense right now, if you're them, you want to try to keep, you want to force them to stay in. Though I'm not saying it's not the easiest thing to do in the world.
2nd and 2. Morgan back to throw, and his pass going to be broken up and nearly intercepted on that far side. Great coverage, I believe, by Murray on that far side, able to come back and get a hand on it and force a big 3rd down here for California.
Oh, yeah, way to adjust and way to lay out for that ball. Big play in this game so far.
And he just came back onto it, stuck his hand up, and was able to just palm that one away from the Shepherd receiver. 3rd and 2 now. Morgan back to throw, firing deep down the middle, and that pass is caught. And one man jukes it into the end zone for the touchdown. That's Cameron Dorner. And the Vulcans allowing the Rams to drive down the field, and the Rams able to answer back right before the half with 27.2 seconds left.
Yeah, that whole drive, Vulcans seem to leave that middle wide open. I guess in a way is what you wanted them to do to keep the clock running, but when you're giving up that many yards, it's definitely not something you want.
And the kick is up. And the kick is good. 21-17 the score. The flag thrown on the play afterwards.
Which may be against the defense, which I'm assuming they'll probably just decline it there.
Yeah, waiting to see the official call from the referee. And I think with that we probably won't take a break. We'll just carry on in the break. And so California driving down, scored 21 unanswered points. Shepherd able to answer back before the half. Personal foul roughing the snapper against California.
From the kick.
15-yard penalty being forced on the kickoff. The kick is good, but Cal just have had all the momentum in this second half of the first half, and like we said, they needed to start off strong. They needed to have a good start to this game, because if not, it was going to be bad, because we know how good of a team Shepherd is. Not saying that Kutztown aren't a good team, but Shepherd, one of the best teams in the country, national semifinalists for the last couple of years, PSCC champions for the last couple of years as well. And so the Vulcans able to do what they did last week against Kutztown, able to come back and win. And so far in this game, they've been dominant so far on both ends of the ball.
Yep. So Vulcans, any team can beat any other team on any given day. I mean, don't get me wrong, talent and skill does play a part there, but you just need, I'm guessing, the stars to align for you. It's all about a lot of chance too, but that's why you cover all the things that you can.
Yeah, I know Coach talked about on the Coach's Show how important it was for getting all these fans out here, and I see a ton in the red of California, as the kick going to be taken from the 50-yard line and going to be booted out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 Vulcans from the 25.
And the Vulcans have 2 timeouts, but I don't really think, I wouldn't imagine them trying to do anything here on the offense, maybe just going out there, taking a knee.
Yeah.
And just going into the half. But we've seen Coach Dunn do weirder things. So
yeah.
I would not be surprised if he went out there, but it looks like the Vulcans going to go out there in the kneel for, actually, no, they're not. Never mind. I am completely wrong. The Vulcans going to come out in a shotgun formation. Going to be Boyd to Black's right. High snap, but handoff to Boyd, and Boyd stumbles as he falls through the hole. Had some space, and some flags thrown again on the back end, and I think both of these teams coming into today's game seem to be some of the better, more disciplined teams, but Shepherd so far in this game have just been penalized again and again.
Yeah. I missed it. It was probably, I was definitely assuming there was some extracurricular there.
Yeah, and if you're Shepherd, you're not a happy camper because that has killed a lot of their drives so far in this game. Or have been some penalties, have given the Vulcans some signs of life. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against Shepherd, against number 20, Amari Terry. 15 yards added to the end of the play, and now if you're California, you got 20 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if the Vulcans try to air it out and try to get it inside of Beatco's range. Because that moves the ball all the way up to the Vulcans' own 43-yard line.
From the 43.
Yeah. I say at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they air it out either. 20 seconds left, and they're this far into the Rams' territory. I can't imagine them really having much to lose. Clock running.
Yeah, the clock's running, and the Vulcans just allowing it to go. And another handoff to Boyd as Boyd going to try to stumble and falls forward inside of Shepherd territory, and more whistles and blown after the play. And the referee's asking the clock operator to reset the clock to 2 seconds, as the clock seemed in the stadium to run out of time. But the Vulcans are going to take their second timeout and stop the clock with 2 seconds left. So it would be 2nd down and 4. And I really have no idea what coach has up his sleeve here.
Yeah. Imagine they went out here with a kick for Beatco. That'd be about 60 yards. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sending Beatco out there, that's going to be one heck of a kick. But it looks like the Vulcans are going to send their offense out one more time. Maybe see a Hail Mary attempt or something along those lines, just trying to get the ball a little bit closer for Black to air it out. And Shepherd doing the smart thing, just playing some prevent defense, just sending a few players deep back, 3 players, 1 in the middle, and 2 on either side, just trying to prevent the Vulcans from picking up any sort of scoring opportunity here on this last play. Black hands it off to Boyd again, and Boyd able to break through, and Boyd showing off some moves, picks up the first down, but that's going to be the end of the first half here at Adamson Stadium. Your Vulcans with a 4-point lead, 21-17. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back for the start of the second half on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM WCAL Power 92, your home of the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Join us for the 6th Annual Vulcans Athletics Day of Giving, kicking off at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, September 26th, to support Vulcan Athletics. For 36 hours, alumni, family, and friends will have the opportunity to make a gift in support of their favorite Vulcan sports teams. All gifts support student-athlete scholarships. This year, the goal is to raise $40,000. Make a gift and invite others to join you. You make a difference. Go to www.tinyurl.com/Vulcans Make a Difference to make your gift.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adamson Stadium. As I'd like to be the one to introduce you to the Vulcan bands under the director of Dr. Stetter as we begin the halftime show.
October 31st as the band performs some of their favorite Halloween classics in our 2023 show titled Halloween. We hope you enjoy the show. Yelena and Tristan, is your band ready?
You want them both, or is it that time? Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as we begin the second half between California and Shepherd. The Vulcans with a 4-point lead, 21-17. And, I mean, what a first half it was, a back-and-forth affair, and the Vulcans just had such a control of it in that latter portion of the first half. And just in terms of the stats, you can see it all. It's been all Vulcans so far.
Yeah, Vulcans just dominating in certain stats, that is. I mean, the score may not show it, but definitely are. In terms of rushing yards, Vulcans 16 carries for 108 yards, and with the Shepherd Rams only 11 carries for 45 yards. That is a big difference there. A little bit closer in terms of passing yards, 195 for Shepherd and 228 for the Vulcans.
Yeah, that leads to 336 total yards of offense for California compared to 240 for Shepherd. And I think, like you said, the rushing yard's a big discrepancy, and I think another big one is in terms of penalties. 9 penalties in this game so far for Shepherd for 88 yards compared for 5 for 62 for California. So either team not really being the most disciplined, but Shepherd not doing a great job at just keeping their players in check. And I think the third down conversions is another big one as well. Shepherd 3 of 8 so far in this game compared to the Vulcans 2 of 3. So California doing a better job at converting on these third down situations and haven't really had to get there as much as well. And in the game, 13 first downs for California compared to the 9 of Shepherd.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Definitely, I said that's definitely a big difference. Let's say, like as you said, for the third down conversions. You don't. It's definitely going to be better when you don't have to worry about it as much. So that definitely shows there that Vulcans are capitalizing off their positioning. First and second downs, they're definitely marching down the field too.
You're just picking up big play after big play. A couple of key players for either team. Bobby Boyd Jr., 10 rushes for 65 yards in that first half and a touchdown at the end to give the Vulcans a 21-10 lead before Shepherd were able to score the touchdown. Eric Willis III, 4 receptions for 171 yards and a touchdown. And then on the other end, Seth Morgan at quarterback, 16 for 20, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's been almost as perfect can be, and so far his team finds themselves falling behind by 4.
Yeah, not a bad showing by either quarterbacks. Excellent so far, I'd say, by both of them.
Yeah, and I think Black kind of got costed a little bit giving up the interception as the referee's blowing the whistle right before the kickoff. I don't think everyone was quite ready to go. So the clock was not set, and we're going to have a re-kick. But like you said, Black doing a great job. 9 for 13, 228 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And like I said, that interception wasn't really his fault, not his fault at all.
Yeah.
And a long of 91 yards on that touchdown to Eric Willis III. I mean, like you said, Davis Black has stepped up so far in his first 2 starts for California, and definitely the kind of start you want to have as you're taking the reins of a brand new at a brand new school of their football program after one of, if not the greatest quarterback to play here at Cal. In the second half going to be underway. Kick fielded at the 10-yard line by Willis. Willis trying to work his way on the outside. Going to get thrown down just shy of the 25-yard line of California. So they're going to start off this first drive from their 24.
Just a yard shy if it were to be a touchback. I mean, there's no chance that was going to happen. But recent years, I've noticed. I'm not sure exactly when that rule change was, where touchback used to just be placed at the 20. I've noticed for NFL and for college both, they moved it up to the 25 in recent years. I'm assuming to encourage a little bit more offense. I mean, 5 yards doesn't seem like a lot, but it could definitely mean a bigger difference.
First down and 10 for California. 2 receivers on the far side. Play action pass. Black fires over the middle. His pass is caught just past the 30-yard line. That's Martin with the reception, 6 or 7 on the gain. Actually, never mind. I have bad depth perception because that was enough for a first down. To me, I thought he was a few yards short.
Yeah, I did too. The head linesman seemed to have him marked a little bit down, but line judge over here said otherwise.
So it's going to be a first down for California. Martin, in that first half, had 2 catches for 24 yards, and also included that fumble that he had as well. So good to get him going here in the second half. And try to regain that confidence. 1st and 10 now for California. Handoff to Boyd on the play. Boyd just trying to keep going, trying to power through, going to make it back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
Number 4, I saw Emilio Pena read that play quick. Read it as soon as it came off the end there. Kept it to no gain there for Vulcans.
2nd and 10 now from the 34. Black still in the shotgun. The Vulcans, like I said, don't see them under center a ton.
Yeah.
2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near, and tight end split on the near as well. Black back to pass, throwing to the near side. And that pass just behind his intended target in Martin, and in a dangerous spot, as there was a couple of Shepherd players, and one of them, Dante Harrison, the defensive back, very nearly could have had an interception.
Yeah. Martin, just that ball there by Black, just out of the reach. I'll say if Martin was if he was expecting that, he definitely could have adjusted and made that catch there. But chemistry is one thing you just can't coach. It's like kind of something that you just have to allow to happen naturally between your players.
Yeah, and like you said, that time it looked like Martin and Black just not on the same page. 3rd down and 10 now from the Vulcan 34. 4 receivers set here for California. Black takes the snap. Rams setting a ton of pressure. Black going deep down the sideline. That pass going to be incomplete, and flags thrown on this near side in around the area. It's Martin once again, and it's Harrison once again, and both players yelling, wanting the flag to be called either way, and the referee signaling a pass interference against Shepherd. So the Vulcans going to get the favorable call this time.
Martin just going down the field looked like he was getting mauled, at least from our angle.
Yeah, both players were like throwing up their arms, like, man, I'm just getting grabbed. And like you said, Martin that time going to get the better end of the call, and the Vulcans going to pick up a 1st down.
One thing here that's different between high school and college, pass interference is 15-yard penalty. Or was that a 10-yard? I believe, 15, my fault. He said 15?
Yeah, 15-yard penalty instead of a spot foul.
Yeah, and you get the 1st down, which is so much more devastating versus than what it is maybe in high school. It's only 15 yards, but to give up a 1st down as well,
yeah, that was a big chance for Shepherd to get their defense off the field. And this Vulcan offense not going to go quietly in tonight. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Handoff to Boyd again. Boyd getting blown up in the backfield that time. Shepherd got there quickly, and it was number 20, Omari Terry, the corner, just blitzing on the alley, just coming on the outside, was able to just run downhill and blow him up in the backfield.
Yeah, when you can time a blitz up like that and get in the right area as well, it's kind of a beautiful thing. Kind of just stopped that run in its tracks. Didn't have anywhere to go.
It's going to be a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from the 47. Now 12:50 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers set here for California. Black. Another handoff to Boyd, and Boyd has a huge hole, and Boyd has enough for the 1st down and a couple more. Another strong run from Bobby Boyd Jr.
And this Vulcans offense just seeming to work it all. Everyone working in harmony currently. Line has been, I'll say, so far has been excellent in order to definitely gain this many yards rushing wise. When you hold this many more rushing yards than versus the other team, it's definitely something to hold pride in.
Yeah, Bobby Boyd Jr., the freshman out of McKeesport, McKeesport area high school graduate, proving his worth so far here for the California Vulcans. 1st and 10 from the Shepherd 39. Black back to pass throwing. Has a man wide open. And once again, on the near side, it's Martin. And Martin I think he just had too much time to think about it. Hit him right in the hands. He just couldn't pull it in.
Yeah. There, I believe his mind was his biggest enemy there. Kind of just had it. He had a whole bunch of daylight, but I'm guessing he just got caught up in his mind, especially, let's say, if you're waiting for a hit, that definitely can throw you off too.
Yeah, Martin, like you said, that time his mind, his biggest adversary, and just did not, like you said, maybe he thought that there was players closing in on him faster than he realized because he had a ton of room. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 now from the Shepherd 39. Black Hand off to Boyd again. Boyd shuffling forward, picks up 4 on the carry, brings up a 3rd and manageable now for California.
Bring up a 3rd down and 7.
A 3rd and 7 now for California from the Shepherd 36. Obviously want to pick up the 1st down, but if not, at least want to tack on a few more to make a field goal attempt a little bit more manageable for Beatco.
Shepherd showing a cover 4 front. Not sure exactly if they'll stick to it.
Black takes the snap, looking, trying to step up into the pocket and gets brought down in the backfield. That time it's Harold O'Neal finally getting to the quarterback. That's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. And that's going to bring on the punting unit as Rosensteel going to come out and punt. As that would be a really, really long field goal for Beatco, well into the 50 yards.
Yeah. And just an unfortunate play there. Just that sack there, just taking them out of field goal range.
I wouldn't be surprised if Beatco would be able to make the kick, but you don't want to risk missing it and giving Shepherd good field position. Punt by Rosensteel. Nice angled punt, going to be fielded inside of their own 5. Going to get brought down just shy of the 10-yard line. Greer on the return. Great fielding coverage by the Vulcans special team.
Great decision there, I'd say, by the Vulcans. I might have chanced and just gone for the field goal, which probably in that situation wouldn't have been the best.
Yeah, I think I would not make a good football. All I've learned throughout watching all of these football games is that I would not make a good head coach because, like I said, I'm one that would like to take a chance, roll the dice a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that coach does not have faith in Beatco because why wouldn't he? He's one of the best kickers ever in the history of the school.
Yeah.
But again, that decision is probably the more calculated and smarter decision. You pin Shepherd inside of their own 10. And an offense that has not really been able to get much going has to drive the distance of the field. 1st down, handoff to Brown, and Brown able to power through after running into the initial front of the Vulcans. Picks up a few more, going to get 8 on that carry.
This game, Vulcans seem to be showing that 5-3-3 front. Excuse me. Versus last game, or they had to kind of just like opted for another linebacker or defensive back. Last time, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I said as long as you can win the game. But Vulcans must have scouted and said this was like their best option.
Vulcans doing their homework. 1st down pass, just a quick little out on that far side. That's going to be brought in by Dorner. Dorner going to pick up just enough for that 1st down. Lobin on the tackle. Will be 1st and 10 now from the 21. And then the California just need to make sure they don't allow any of these big plays. We saw Shepherd with a ton of big plays and a ton of players in motion and just moving around and trying to get the formation right here for the Rams. 1st and 10. Play action pass. Morgan hit as he's thrown, and that pass intercepted at the 41 by Solomon Jr. Solomon Jr. breaks the tackle, going to get brought down at the 22-yard line. Flags thrown all over the field.
Oh, my gosh. So many things there. I believe holding might have been one of those calls. Right now, Vulcan's hoping nothing to overturn this interception. And great field position.
Morgan lost his helmet on the play.
Yeah.
Big hit in the backfield. And so there was 2 flags thrown in the backfield in and around the throw, and then 1 thrown on the back end on the return.
I feel like those 2 flags were when the offense had the ball. If that's the case, that'll be declined. And if this second flag is after the interception, I would believe that it would be enforced after the reception and just push the Vulcans back just a little bit further. As I'm telling you, something like this isn't easy to figure out when you're the referees here.
Yeah, and I think if you're California, either way, just as long as you get the interception to count.
Oh.
Both fouls going to go against California. Blindside block on the return. That one will be declined. And before the interception, it's going to be a roughing the passer call against Josh Miller, who absolutely blew up Morgan in the backfield. And we can take a look at the replay here. That was going to be the blindside block, but Shepherd going to get away with it that time. So 2 fouls by California, one of them before the interception. So the Vulcans, that interception going to get taken off the board, and Shepherd going to keep the ball first down and 10 now for them.
Yeah, definitely. That was definitely a close, I say, roughing the pass or something. They say you always want to protect your quarterbacks and kickers.
Yeah, and Morgan lost his helmet on the play, so he's going to have to step off for at least one play as per the college rules. So into the game now will be Lek Powell in at quarterback.
All right.
Powell in the gun, 2 receivers to his near side. Handoff this time to Brown. Brown able to jump over and hurdle his own man and one of the Vulcans as well, and able to pick up a few. And now Morgan going to make his way back into the game.
Man, these penalties in this game, just going back to that last scuffle or whatever the heck you want to call it there, these penalties are kind of just kicking both teams behinds right now. Like, this is probably the most many. This is so many penalties. This is the most I've seen in like a while.
Yeah, I saw a statistic recently that a holding penalty is just as crucial as a sack is in terms of expected points per drive in the NFL. At least is that second down pass caught on the far side and forced out of bounds at around the 41 or the 43-yard line, so a few yards shy of that first down.
Pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Third down and 4 now, or third down and 3. Excuse me, for Shepherd.
It's third down.
Vulcans with another chance to get a big stop here on third down. Morgan in the gun. Vulcan sending some heat towards them. Throw on the far side. That one incomplete, as it was Dorner who brought it down but just couldn't get any feet in bounds. So the Vulcans going to get a big stop on third down.
Yeah, Dorner there just kind of lost where he was on the field. Neither foot really came down in bounds.
Yeah, able to make the catch. Tried to get the tippy toes in there, but just a couple shoe size, a couple sizes too big, as isn't able to keep himself in bounds. So the Vulcans get a big stop. Brings up a 4th and 4 now from the Shepherd 42. Willis back to receive the punt here for California. Punt going to take an awkward bounce, but going to favor the Rams as this one going to be rolled and going to be set down at the Vulcan 10-yard line.
Vulcans from the 10.
And like you talked about, penalties have just been a killer for both teams this game, and we've seen them time and time again just kill any sort of momentum for teams on the drives, on some drives, and help out teams immensely on the other end. So it is crucial going down the stretch that both of these teams stay disciplined if they want to have a chance to win this game. If you're California, you're in control. You just need to be able to stay disciplined, run down the clock, and do your best to tack on a couple more points.
Yeah, definitely Vulcans definitely have to play it smart, especially from here on out. The first half, Shepherd Rams kind of leading with penalties with 9 and giving up 88 yards. But from here, if you want this game to, as I said, if you want to come out with this game, you definitely have to be smarter.
Flag thrown on the play before it even started. I think this one going to go against the Vulcans. False start.
Yep.
Against number 75 for California. That is Sean Knight, the left tackle. Just got a little bit too antsy. Went a little bit too quickly. And that'll back the Vulcans up 5 yards. Now ball going to be set at their own 5-yard line.
I feel like the name of this game so far has been starting field position. I'm not saying the Vulcans haven't fought their way out of this position before, but generally the field position has noted whether they have come up with the scores so far.
Black back to throw. Quick screen pass on the near side. And it's Willis again, and he's able to break three, and there's no way he does it again, right? Willis inside of Rams territory, and he's going to go unfiltered, untouched, 95-yard touchdown for Eric Willis III. He does it again.
Woo! As made me eat my own words there.
I don't know if there's some sort of record for that, but 2 90-plus yard receptions in the same game. You rarely see that in the same season by one team. Yeah. And Willis has 2 90-plus yard receptions in the same game, 2 touchdowns. This one going 95 yards in one play.
Today, Willis is definitely feeling it. First half had 171 reception yards. Now 200-plus here. Great day so far for Black and Willis.
Beatco's kick is up, and Beatco's kick is good. 28-17 the score, 7:09 left to go here in the third quarter. We'll be right back on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM.
Join us for the 6th annual Vulcans Athletics Day of Giving, kicking off at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, September 26th, to support Vulcan Athletics. For 36 hours, alumni, family, and friends will have the opportunity to make a gift in support of their favorite Vulcan sports teams. All gifts support student-athlete scholarships. This year, the goal is to raise $40,000. Make a gift and invite others to join you. You make a difference. Go to www.tinyurl.com/Vulcans Make a Difference to make your gift.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adamson Stadium as the Vulcans with a 28-17 lead over the Shepherd Rams. A 95-yard touchdown by Eric Willis III. And once again, is another screen pass. We saw him get about a 36-yard gain in that first half to set up the running touchdown by Boyd. And it's the same play, and that time he took it to the house. Beatco's kick going to be fielded inside of the Shepherd 5-yard line. Great bring back, and that's going to be maybe a house call here as Dorner high steps his way into the end zone, and the Rams answer right back.
Oh, my gosh. Man. Something about that long play today.
Yeah, there's just something in the water here as both teams, neither one of them looking to go quietly into the night. Shepherd already had one return touchdown on the season on a kickoff, and that just tack on the second one.
Definitely tell you right now, the Vulcan special teams, when they come off that field, is definitely going to hear it.
96-yard return by Cameron Dorner. And Shepherd, they did not allow that touchdown to break the wills, and just like that, the Rams are right back into it. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Your score 28-24. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM.
A new season of Vulcan football is set to begin September 9th versus Kutztown, September 16th versus Shepherd, September 23rd at Edinboro, September 30 versus Clarion, October 7th at IUP, homecoming October 14th versus Seton Hill, October 21st at Slippery Rock, October 28th versus Mercyhurst, November 4th at Gannon, November 11th at East Stroudsburg. All games available on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as these teams are going back and forth, neither one of them quitting on us quite yet. 6:56 left to go in the third quarter. California with a 4-point lead, 28-24, after the 96-yard return touchdown by Cameron Dorner on the kickoff. The Vulcans, This kickoff going to be fielded inside of their end zone for the touchback. And right after that kickoff happened, like right before that kickoff happened, I was trying to do a little bit of my own research. Right now in this game, Eric Willis III sitting at 266 receiving yards in the game. That right now has him pegged second all-time in a game for California. 265 was the previous second best, and the best held by Gary Brown with 282 yards in a game against Mercyhurst in 2014. So Willis, with another quarter and a half to go, has a good chance to break that record.
Yeah, we'll definitely be on the lookout for that, and you hope he breaks it in as well as gets the win here.
Yeah, Willis 17 yards away from being the Vulcans' all-time leading receiver in one game. Oof. Averaging over 50 yards reception, 5 receptions for 266 yards in this game so far. First down and 10 from the Vulcans from their own 25. California can't let that return touchdown waver the confidence they have at their back. Like Boyd going to receive the handoff.
Oh, we get a flag on the
trying
flag.
to run up the middle. Going to pick up a few, and like you said, flag thrown on that far side.
I'm assuming it's against the offense here.
Yeah, that one way too quick.
Yep.
And the Vulcans looking likely to just stepping a bit further back.
Oh.
An illegal snap.
Yeah, I forgot whether that's a dead ball penalty or a live ball penalty, but illegal snap. Center must have picked up the ball, and basically the only thing you're allowed to do with the ball is rotate it. You're not allowed to pick it up or jerk it in any way, which you must have done.
Yeah, this will be 1st and 15 now from the Vulcan 20. We saw what happened last time. They had a 5-yard penalty after their first play. Black gets the snap, firing to his left. That pass caught at the 25-yard line by Noah Hamlin, who spun out of bounds right just shy of the 30-yard line.
Sit up to about the 28-yard line.
Pick up of about 8 on the play. 2nd down and 7 now from the 28.
I noticed both teams in this game seem to be favoring that out route, and like the flats are like wide open. Neither team really seems to be prioritizing that spot there on defense.
And I think that's kind of just the way that you have to live, because we've seen each team getting beat deep down the field. So I think for them, more important to prevent the deep ball is the handoff to Boyd again. And Boyd spinning forward after getting wrapped up almost immediately, picks up a couple on the play, going to make his way to the 31-yard line. 3rd down and 4 now for California.
Right here, if you're the Rams, you have a number of things to worry about. At least here, Vulcan's run game has been solid so far. You also have to worry about this quick pass, which has been working for, matter of fact, both teams in this game. And since there's only 4 yards to gain, you can't really afford to play that far back off the receiver with the risk of the first down.
3rd and 4 from the Vulcan 31. Black gets the snap, firing. That pass tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Trying to find Willis on the far side, and the Rams get a big stop on 3rd down. Going to send the Vulcan offense packing off the field.
The big defensive stop there by the Rams. Able to get Black to rush there. That hands in his face. That ball, as you said, the ball was tipped. Didn't really have much of a chance to be completed there.
It's going to bring Rosensteel and the punting unit back on the field for California. It's going to be Miles Greer, number 14, standing at about his own 30-yard line, ready to receive the punt. There's some movement, and the Vulcans wanting a flag thrown. And the referee holding on to the flag. It looked like he may have jumped offside. That would have been given the Vulcans a first down. No flag thrown, and Rosensteel's punt going to take a favorable bounce. Going to get fielded and marked down at the 31. And Coach Dunn angry about it, and I think he has every right to, because it looked like the Vulcans were able to get the Rams to jump off sides.
Yeah, it looked on special teams. It seemed to be about the 3rd time that they've seemed to have them jump off sides, but just never we've never seen a flag thrown.
Yeah, the referee keeping the flags in his pocket this time. And Coach Dunn trying to get a word in with the head referee on the near side, and the head referee having nothing of it. It's 1st and 10 now for the Rams at the 31-yard line. Handoff to Brown, and Brown gets brought down in the backfield immediately. Going to lose about a yard or two on the play. That time, looks like number 72, Noah Silva, able to get back there and bring him down.
At this point in the game, I imagine the defense has to be amped up here. This is a big drive. I mean, any drive so far has been big with only a 4-point difference here by the teams. But here you want your defense to come up. You hope they come up big here.
2nd and 11. Morgan rolling to his right, firing across his body, able to find Brown, and Brown able to slip past the defender. And Brown able to spin forward and able to run down just shy of the 50-yard line. And I think it was Solomon Jr. brought him down, and that's not where you want to be if you're a defender on that far side, getting swarmed by a herd of Rams out there inside of their own bench. No flags are thrown, but Malachi Brown picks up a big first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Shepherd 48.
I think they were Yas play yelling for a hold. The ends here for Vulcan seem to be getting down pretty quick.
Quick pass and a quick drop as Dustin Fisher, again, looked like he had it right in his hands, but tried to turn upfield too quickly, left the ball behind. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, down the sidelines, I've noticed for both teams seem to really be their bread and butter at the moment. I've yet to see really either team really shut it down. I mean, of course, a couple incompletions, but both teams seem to really be going back to that little 5-yard pass towards the sidelines.
2nd and 10. Pass thrown and pass complete into Vulcan territory. Morgan able to find Taylor. Picks up about 3 on the play. Big 3rd down here for California. 3rd and 7 now from their own 49.
We'll see if the Vulcans defense here can come up big. Both teams, I would say Rams so far have kept them guessing.
And we've seen the Vulcans pick up a few big stops. Morgan in the gun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Morgan hit as he's thrown, has a man wide open, and it's Dorner again, and Dorner going to make his way into the end zone for the touchdown. One little pump from Morgan, and Dorner was wide open, and just like that, the Rams take the lead, 30-28, awaiting the extra point.
I do believe this is like the first lead change we've had since the first quarter.
Yeah, the Vulcans took the lead, and they've had it for a while, and now Shepherd have the lead back.
Yeah. That last play there, Vulcans did send a blitz, kind of left your defensive backs on their own, which I'm not saying it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you have to have a lot of faith in your defensive backs.
Bozek's kick is up. Bozek's kick is no good, wide left. The score remains 30-28, 2:53 left to go here in the 3rd. We'll be right back here on CTV, CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium. A Shepherd now with a 2-point lead, 30-28. It's time for California to answer back as Shepherd have taken the lead. Bozek's kick going to be fielded by Willis in the end zone for the touchback. And I think if you're California, I think it's very easy to feel jaded after that last possession. 4th down and 4. Thought maybe you got the Rams to jump offside, would have given you a first down. Ended up not being called, ended up having to punt it away. And then the Rams able to come down and score another quick touchdown. And now with a 2-point lead, or 2-point deficit if you're California, there's going to have to be a couple changes made as Shepherd have come out of the halftime break looking like looking a little bit like the better team.
Yeah. Rams so far have stayed on their P's and Q's so far, shut down any drives, these last few drives of the Vulcans. And that big play, of course, that kickoff return for a touchdown was definitely big and definitely shifted the momentum in this game.
Yeah, big plays made by both sides. First down, handoff again to Boyd, and Boyd able to break not one but 2 tackles before being brought down at the 30-yard line, pick up about 4 or 5 on the play. And if you're California, you'll take that every single time. 4 yards, run every time. That's if you do that every single play, you're picking up a first down, and nice consistent yardage by Boyd.
Yeah, so 4 yards, as I say, as you said, is excellent. Only takes 3 plays to really get a first down. If that's something consistent, you always go back to it.
2nd and 6. Handoff again to Boyd, and Boyd runs into a wall this time and not going to pick up the 4 we've seen him get. Going to get maybe 1 and fall forward just on maybe the other side of the 30-yard line. And the Rams defense doing a better job at getting a stop, and Boyd loses his helmet in the scrum there underneath the pile. And due to the rules, he's going to have to come off the field for a play. Into the game for him will be number 26, Isaiah Cameron. 3rd down and 5 from the Vulcan 30. Offense needs to get rolling here in this second half. 1:48 left to go here in the third quarter. Black gets the snap, looking, firing to his right. That pass is caught. And Hopkins gets the first down. And the referee going to throw a flag after the play. It looked like Forward Priors was going to give him the first down anyway. But some flags thrown after the play, and I think it's going to go against Shepherd as Hopkins violently thrown to the ground.
Looks like I'm not sure if he had a face mask or whatever, because I kind of lost sight of what happened. But that play there kind of dangerous. The receiver going backwards. As I say, it's knowing where you are on the field is always a big.
And no flag is going to be issued for a face mask, which, like I said, it kind of looks like it was, and some of the fans not too happy about it, but the forward progress is still going to be enough for the first down. And like you said, it's all about that spatial awareness, because he had well enough to get the first down yardage, and maybe if he would have caught it and fell straight to the ground, it would have been fine, but he backed up a little bit and made it a little bit more awkward.
Yeah.
1st and 10 now for California from their own 36-yard line. Black gets the snap. Rams sending pressure. Black going deep down the right-hand side again, trying to find Willis, and that pass broken up. Great coverage on that far side by Shepherd.
Black, again, hit as he was throwing. Surprisingly accurate for that to be the case.
Shepherd have the man down on their own sideline, so he is at least off the field, but can't quite see the number, but he was the one that had the good coverage. Number 22 for Shepherd, Derek Adamas, the corner who was playing that good coverage on Eric Willis on the outside, broke up the pass and was a little bit shaken up, but luckily for him, he was inside on his own side of the field on the bench, and he has to leave for a play. 2nd down and 10 now for California. And Black showing that he has one heck of an arm back there, just trying to air it out. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Black gets the snap, looking, firing over the middle, caught in the middle by Martin, and Martin trying to work his way back up the field. He's going to be brought down right around that first down marker. Looks like he's going to be just going to get it. I thought he was going to be a little short, but the referee is going to give him a favorable spot.
Yeah, Martin, again, playing a dangerous game there. Kind of went back to see if he could get more yardage. Probably would have fell forward and probably would have been okay as well.
He had the ball, went backwards, then tried to cut it across. Gets the first down nonetheless. 1st and 10 for the Vulcans from the 46. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. 5 left on the play clock. Handoff this time to Williams, and Williams is able to find a hole and able to pick up a couple of yards. First time we've seen him gain some positive yardage, and the Vulcans don't have to run a play at the end of this quarter. Looks like their offense is going to come to the sideline, and they're just going to run off the end of this third quarter clock. A pickup of 6 on the play from Williams. The Vulcans going to be down by 2 heading into the fourth quarter.
That will be the final play of the third.
California going to let us roll to the end. That's the end of your third quarter here at Adamson Stadium. Shepherd 30, California 28. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, 91.9 FM, WCAL, Power 92, in your home of the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
A new season of Vulcan football is set to begin September 9th versus Kutztown, September 16th versus Shepherd, September 23rd at Edinboro, September 30 versus Clarion, October 7th at IUP, homecoming October 14th versus Seton Hill, October 21st at Slippery Rock, October 28th versus Mercyhurst, November 4th at Gannon, November 11th at East Stroudsburg. All games available on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as we begin the final quarter of action between Shepherd and California, the Rams, with a 2-point lead, 30-28. And it's just been a back-and-forth affair, and it's just been a game of big plays from both teams. And so far in this second half, Shepherd have gotten the better end of the big plays, 2 in favor of them, 1 in favor of California, and all 3 of them resulting in touchdowns.
Yeah, this drive here will definitely be a deciding factor in this game. Decide what Vulcans can and can't do from here on out. Matter of fact, for both teams.
Second down rush to Boyd, and Boyd going to get thrown down in the backfield, going to lose a yard on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 5 now for California. And like you said, this is a big drive for California. Has a chance to kind of prove what they have in this game. If they're able to get forward, able to get some points, it's going to be a whole different ball game. But if you give the ball back to Shepherd, you're going to leave the game in their control, which is not really what you want. Third and 5 from the Shepherd 49-yard line. Black in the gun, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Black back to throw, under some pressure, rolling to his ref, and just throwing this down the field. And that pass going to be, waiting for the signal, caught on the far side. What a play made. I believe it was Hopkins who brought it in, and it looked so dangerous.
Yeah.
And I thought Hopkins may have gotten blown up, and that one was incomplete, but Hopkins going to come up with a catch. Another big play from Davis Black.
Yeah. Kind of. Not sure. Can you hear me now? Kind of just like went out of it. That play there, that was definitely dangerous. Kind of just like waited on it. For sure, I thought he was knocked out before his feet came down, but referee said otherwise.
The Vulcans will take that on big play again. 1st and 10 from the Rams 27. Black takes the snap, firing quickly to his left, and that one nearly picked off. Ooh. Trying to find his intended receiver. It was number 31, Naeem Alexander, who nearly picked that one off. Trying to find Martin, and that one left a little bit too low, and Alexander almost got his hands underneath of it.
Yeah, definitely dangerous play there. Lucky for Black, that ball was just a tad low. Probably would have been a interception going the other way.
The Vulcans will take that. So they still have the ball. 2nd and 10 from the Rams 27-yard line. 13:35 left to go here in the fourth. Boyd moves to Black's right. Boyd takes the handoff, and Boyd going to power forward, pick up about 3 on the carry. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 from the Rams' 25-yard line.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Some teams strive closer to the end zone, some teams don't, but it always gets a little bit harder the farther down the field you go. You have less space to work with. Defensive backs and linebackers and everyone just doesn't have to cover as much yardage. I say as you get closer to the end zone, you definitely have to get a little bit crafty and see it you can come up with.
Yeah, everyone has to be on top of it. 3rd and 7 now from the 25. Black gets the snap, stepping forward, and Black going to keep it himself, and Black going to power forward and fall for the first down. Black with another big keeper, and that's going to be well enough for the first down. Going to get brought down at the 16-yard line. Big play from Davis Black, not only with the arms on the last 3rd down, but with the legs this time.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which receiver it was, but it definitely got a key block there, which made that play possible.
Davis Black, dual threat quarterback? Question mark. Showing off everything in his bag of tricks and giving the Vulcans another first down inside of the Rams' red zone. 1st and 10 from the Shepherd 16-yard line. Black in the gun, handoff to Boyd again, and Boyd able to find a hole in the outside and fall forward at around the 10-yard line. Another big chunk play from the Vulcans running attack.
Right now the Vulcans just chewing this clock. Hopefully you hope it doesn't come back to bite you later. That's where you hope your defense comes to step it up. But chewing this clock with the run plays and keeping it in bounds, at this point in the game it doesn't quite matter just yet, but later you'll see if it comes back to bite you or not.
2nd and 4 now from the 10. That's been a big breakout game, not only for Eric Willis III, but also for Bobby Boyd Jr., who gets the call again. Boyd powering forward, going to get brought down right around the first down marker. Looks like the referee is going to mark him just short. And I think Boyd is going to be down injured. Looks like he took a big hit on his way down. And if that's the Vulcans, that is a huge blow for them, as Boyd has been crucial so far to this offensive success that they've had. And looks like he's slow to get up. And like I said, looks like he took a massive hit. We can take a look at the Vulcan schedule after today's game. Next week, traveling at Edinburgh, noon kickoff there. Then before the host Clarion on September 30th, another noon kickoff. And then October 7th at IUP, as Boyd gets to his feet, is going to be able to walk off the field on his own accord. And that's big. That's big news. And like I said, hopefully everything is okay with him, because he's been lights out so far here for California.
Yeah. Whenever you have a player able to walk off on their own power, it's definitely, as you said, a great sign. Well, I guess we have yet to see whether he'll be able to come back in this game or not. He says he got popped, especially just shaken up. Sometimes you just need a little bit to gather after a play like that.
3rd down and 1 now for California at the Rams 7. The Vulcans not knocking on the door quite yet. They're on the steps waiting to get onto the porch before they can knock on the door. 3rd and 1 now from the 7. Black going to call a timeout. And I think he and the rest of the Vulcans offense not really expecting what the Rams threw up there at the front.
Yeah.
And that'll be their first time out of the half, and 10:59 now left on the clock. We're going to take a look at Shepherd's upcoming schedule of this season. Obviously playing their 3rd game here today against California before hosting back-to-back games against Kutztown and Shippensburg, before traveling to Lock Haven and Millersville, hosting Westchester at Bloomsburg, and then hosting the final 2 games of the season against East Stroudsburg and Mercyhurst. So a favorable home schedule, I think, from what the looks of it, for Shepherd, getting 6 home games this season, and a lot of them coming in that 2 spurt. So after today's away game, we back down in Shepherdstown for 2 home games in a row. We can take a look at today's PSAC schedule. Obviously a ton of great football. 3 games that have already, actually almost all the games have already kicked off, all except for the Slippery Rock Millersville game. But every other game kicking off so far. So if you're on the PSAC network, obviously you need to stay here, but open up some other tabs. Check out some of the other games going on. I think the big one in terms of conference relevance for California would be the IUP Shippensburg game and the Bloomsburg Edinburgh game, as both teams, the Vulcans, will see upcoming here. 3rd down and 1. Black going to be under center. Black going to power his way forward for the first down, and Black going to get inside of the Rams' 5-yard line. And we talked about it earlier, the Philadelphia Eagles special of just having 3 or 4 players behind their quarterback and just trying to push the pile forward. Yep. They're not only able to do that, they're able to pick up 5-6 yards on the play and get inside of the Rams' 5-yard line down to the 3.
Big play there by the Vulcans. It's definitely nice to know that you can have the power, especially with your offensive line, to gain for that big of a play.
1st and goal now from the 3. Now the Vulcans have made their way to the door, knocking on it now. Williams to Black's left. The Vulcans need to get a play off, and they're not going to, as the play clock ran out again. The Vulcans are going to take another timeout, and that is their second used timeout, and used on two plays in a row. Going to have to take a timeout, and that is not what you want going down the stretch. In such a close game like this, every timeout is super important, and that's going to be crucial for time management going down the stretch.
Yeah, kind of a lapse in awareness there by the Vulcans. As you said, that's bringing an unnecessary timeout in a game as close as this is definitely not something that you want. You always want that timeout just in case this game is they were to lose a lead, or any time where stopping the game clock would be necessary. But definitely not something you wanted to do as the Vulcans.
Just taking a look at some stats so far from this game. Davis Black 15 for 24, 379 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, as well as 4 carries for 38 yards on the ground as well. Bobby Boyd Jr., 21 rushes for 97 yards and a touchdown. And Eric Willis III, 5 catches, 266 yards and 2 touchdowns for him. Some big plays all around. 1st and goal from the 3. Black keeps it himself, but Black going to get wrapped up, going to pick up maybe half a yard at the most. Unable to crack into the end zone.
Jack Baxter on the stop.
There's going to be a player down on the field once again.
Timeout.
It's going to go against California. Another injured player. While we have a second, I'm going to read off some of the scores. Kutztown, under a minute left to go in their game against Mercyhurst, they're up 47-7 in that one. So the Golden Bears going to bounce back after 2 losses in a row. Take a big win there. Right now, 12:27 left to go in a game between Gannon and Westchester. That game tied at 24 with 12 minutes left to go. They're in the 4th quarter, so a big matchup in that game. And so far, nothing can break the deadlock. Lockhaven versus Clarion. The Golden Eagles currently up 13-7, excuse me. They are going to make their way into the second half, and the Vulcan that was down injured on the field, number 84, Junior McConaughey, going to be able to make his way off the field. Another game, East Stroudsburg versus Seton Hill. East Stroudsburg going into halftime with a 41-14 lead over the Griffins of Seton Hill. Second and goal now from the 3. Black in the gun. Man in motion. Handoff to play action pass into the end zone. Caught for the touchdown, the signal touchdown. That was Hopkins who brought that one in. And the Rams are going to argue saying that he dropped it, but Hopkins catches the touchdown and gives the Vulcans the 4-point lead back.
Ooh, definitely a close play there. Referee watched it, seen it all, said it. He definitely got a couple had control and had a couple feet in. I mean, of course, college only, it's only 1 foot, but as long as he had control when he had that foot down, and the referee says he did.
Yeah, that's such a close play. And I think the Vulcans are going to go for the 2-point conversion make it a 6-point game. And I think maybe luck away with a touchdown there. Hopkins with the score. Black in the gun, looking, firing. That pass incomplete. The Vulcans wanting a flag to be thrown. Nothing called, but the 2-point conversion no good. But the Vulcans with a 4-point lead, 34-30, 9:33 left to go here in the fourth. We'll be right back on CUTV. CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can have the best seat in the house. The Convocation Center will be rocking with 11 home games featuring some of the best teams in the region and the PSAC. All home games will be streamed live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network. Follow Cal Vulcans on all social media platforms for up-to-date schedules and information. Vulcan Volleyball and you, a winning combination.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as Hopkins' touchdown pass from Black gives the Vulcans a 4-point lead once again. And a few more score updates for you. Shippensburg IUP tied at 7 going into the second quarter. The same thing with Bloomsburg Edinburgh. That game tied in 7 going into the second quarter of play. Vulcans don't get the 2-point conversion, but they do get the touchdown, and that's all that matters. 4-point lead for them with 9:33 left. And this is where we saw last week the defense really step up. When the game was on the line, when the Vulcans were able to get the lead, the defense came up with a couple of big plays. Biko going for a squib kick. Going to take a favorable bounce, going to be fielded. And a nice return once again. Going to be brought past the 30 to the 31. McDowell on the return. So Shepherd going to get some nice field position once again. So 4 touchdowns in this game from Davis Black, 381 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns, 43 yards on the ground. I mean, he's just done it all so far here today for California. Another impressive start from him.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. There's Black, and another thing about being a decent quarterback is consistency. And, I mean, even though we've only been 2 games into it's only the second game in the season, his performance has been consistent so far.
Empty set, first down pass. Thrown and caught on the near side. Going to be Dorner with the reception, pushed out after picking up a few on the quick little bubble screen. Going to pick up about 4 on the play.
Bring up a second down and 6.
Dorner 7 catches for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game. So another big performance. I can't talk from him. As we just roll under 9 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
the
Dorner
Vulcans with a 4-point lead.
And Dorner definitely a favorite target of Morgan.
Morgan back to throw. Morgan's pass nearly picked off. Solomon Jr. had his hands on it, and Toby runs into and knocks it out of his hands. And that another big play that could have happened. And we're standing next to Mr. Toby, Matt's father, and such an unfortunate play as both players just running across their bodies, the momentum taking them that way, and obviously not his fault, but Toby came over and just drilled him, and Solomon Jr. had his hands on another interception.
My gosh.
Can the Vulcans bounce back from it and get a stop here? 3rd and 6. Morgan back to pass. Quick throw on the far side. Good moves. Back, Toby can't make the tackle as Brown works his way inside of Vulcan territory. Going to get brought down at the Vulcan 41-yard line. A flag thrown in the backfield. So maybe the ball going to go back inside of Shepherd's half.
Before the pass, personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. Number 72
Yep.
of the defense.
Before the play, illegal hands to the face call. And then illegal hands to the face before the pass. That's going to add another 15 yards to the end of the play.
Oh, it's such a That's such a big play. It's such a
So not only is it a big reception as well, 15 yards tacked on to the end of it. It will be a first down and 10 from the Vulcan 26-yard line. Morgan back to throw, finding a receiver on the right, and it's going to be Taylor again. And Taylor able to break past one tackle. The Vulcans tackling on the defensive end has not been where you need it to be, and that's going to be another first down going the way of the Rams.
no. That penalty is such a momentum shifter there. That 15 yards onto what was already a big gain.
Yeah, the Vulcans, however, can't let that waver their confidence at all as we take under 8 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Vulcans need to come up with a stop. First down and 10. Handoff this time up the middle. Going to pick up a few yards. It was Russell on the carry. Going to pick up about 3 or 4 on the game.
Julian LeVenture on the stop.
And again, it's just a game of a few inches, of a few plays.
Second down.
We saw Solomon Jr. almost come up with the interception. Ends up not going his way. And then the Rams on the next play make them pay for it. End up driving down the field. Second down and 7 now from the Vulcan 11. Morgan, handoff to Brown. Brown able to find a hole and slip through. Going to get flipped end over end
Brown, the ball carrier.
down to the 11-yard line. Another good gain. Or 6-yard line, excuse me. Can pick up about 5 on the play. 3rd and 2 now here for Shepherd.
It's third down.
So we now take underneath 7 minutes. Like you said, wasting some time earlier on could come back to bite the Vulcans. They only have 1 timeout left. And if there's any time you want the other team to score, it would be now, just so you have as much time as possible to work your way back down the field. But 3rd down, Morgan back to throw, looking, scrambling to his right, rolling to his right. Morgan throwing towards the end zone, and that pass caught for the touchdown. It's Jeremiah Taylor again with another reception, a 6-yard score. Gives the Rams the lead once again.
Morgan there, forced out of the pocket. I say probably helped him definitely with his vision. Corners with the lapse of coverage there.
Kick is up. And the kick is good from Bozak. 37-34 the score. 6:34 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back here on CUTV. CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, 91.9 FM.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can have the best seat in the house. The Convocation Center will be rocking with 11 home games featuring some of the best teams in the region and the PSAC. All home games will be streamed live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network. Follow Cal Vulcans on all social media platforms for up-to-date schedules and information. Vulcan Volleyball and you, a winning combination.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium. As the kick underway, going to be fielded at the 5-yard line by Willis. Willis works his way past the 20 before being brought down at the 23-yard line. 6:27 left here in the game. California down by 3. So we take a look at that touchdown pass one more time as Morgan able to evade the pressure, roll to his right, and he's done so well outside of structure this game, just able to escape the pressure. I don't think he's been brought down for a sack yet this game. Has done a great job at not only escaping the pressure, but being able to throw it away at opportune times. But that time, threw it to his man in the back of the end zone, Jeremiah Taylor, who scores himself another touchdown and gave the Rams a 3-point lead. Now the chance for the Vulcans to drive back down the field and strike.
Yeah, Morgan seems most of this game has been under the pressure while going back for passes.
Black back to throw. That pass caught by Willis on the near side. Willis works his way up the sideline. The ball going to get fumbled out of bounds, luckily for California, as they'll maintain possession, waiting to see where they'll mark the spot where the ball went out. But it's going to be enough for the first down, and the Vulcans going to count their lucky stars again as they're going to get away with that one. Referee going to blow the whistle and
have a little miscommunication as to where the ball went out. Right.
The ruling on the field is the ball was fumbled forward out of bounds. The ball was brought back to the spot of the fumble, which is short of the line of the game. Second down.
So the ball is going to be fumbled out of bounds. So they're going to say it rolled forward out of bounds, so that it's not going to count as a first down. It's going to be just shy of the first down marker, about a yard or so short. So it'll be a second down play now instead of a new set of downs for California. And again, ball security has to be super important. Second down and 1 now from the Vulcan 31-yard line. Two receivers on the near side. Willis all by himself on the far side. Black in the gun. Makes Williams move to his right. Williams going to take the carry, and Williams going to fall forward for the first down. So after all that, same result, first down for the Vulcans. Yep. And that'll move us under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. The Vulcans down by 3, 37-34. This has been a back-and-forth shootout of a game between both teams.
Yeah. We'll see what Vulcans decide to do here as this drive goes on. Will they want to keep it on the ground or go for more passes?
Either way, the Vulcans need to be safe. First and 10 from the 34. Black gets the snap. Looking, firing deep down the left-hand side. Trying to find Willis. That pass is going to be picked off by the Rams. Willis tipped it up in the air, and Dante Harrison going to come back with the interception. Harrison going to break a tackle, make his way inside of Vulcan territory. Harrison going to get brought down at the Vulcan 30-yard line.
Oh, my gosh.
Had this man down the field trying to find Willis on that far side, and Willis got a hand on it, but just laid it up for him as the ball tipped straight up into the air. And great recognition from Dante Harrison, just keeping an eye on the ball the whole time, pulling that one in. Killer for the Vulcans as the Rams now with the ball inside of Vulcan territory. 5 minutes and 16 seconds left. The Rams now have the opportunity to just try to run off as much clock as possible.
Rams running game has been consistent, but not as consistent as the Vulcans has. Any lifeblood they have left is just solely dependent on what the defense is able to do here. What you definitely want is you want to keep them out of the end zone. I'd say also keep as much time on the clock as much as you possibly can.
First down and 10 for the Rams at the Vulcan 31. This is the time where the defense needs to get a big stop. Handoff to Brown, and Brown trying to find some space on the outside and finds quite a bit of it as he falls forward after another big game, about 6 or 7 on the play.
I imagine at this point in the game, Rams are going to make as much of that play clock as they possibly can.
They're going to wind it down. Rams in no rush. Going to pick up about 5 on the play. 4:40 left to go. 12 on the play clock. Like I said, the Rams in no rush to get this snap off. 2nd and 5 from the 26. Handoff. Again, actually a keeper this time as Morgan tries to work his way to the outside, and in fact he does. And Morgan going to fall out of bounds after another first down.
Morgan on that keeper. I believe that's one of his first few carries of this game.
Yeah, and Shepherd right now proving why they're one of the highest ranked teams in the country for a reason. I mean, just resilient so far. The Vulcans had dominant control for a while, but the Rams never backed down, never gave up, and have not only kept themselves in the game, but have command of it. There's going to be some flags thrown as the Rams tried to catch the Vulcans sleeping.
I believe they're going to have a offsides on the defense here, unless they say the offense jumped first.
I mean, if it wasn't offsides, I feel like they had to have let the play go, but the refs blew the whistle dead immediately.
Offside.
Yep.
Never mind. I don't.
Number 72.
Noah Silva going to get called for the offsides, but again, usually you'd see if an offside's called, you'd see the offense being allowed to run that free play. But the Rams will take it, a 5-yard penalty. The clock continuing to wind down, 1st and 5 now from the Vulcan 15.
Shepherd again running as much time as they possibly can off this clock.
Yeah, they're in no rush. Man in motion. Morgan, handoff again to Brown, and Brown able to slip by a couple of players, going to fall down inside of the Vulcan 5-yard line. A flag thrown in the backfield.
We got a flag on the play.
Holding call
Offense, number 60.
against Shepherd,
10-yard penalty.
against number 60, Chandler Brown, the left tackle. And that'll back up that big run from Brown right back.
That's such a crucial call and such a crucial play at this stage in the game. Penalties, I said this earlier and I'll say it again, penalties for both teams have kicked both teams' butts so far.
Yeah, and we saw an interception by the Vulcans get wiped off the board because of a penalty, and that drive resulted in a touchdown. And we saw another drive by the Vulcans where they should have had an interception before Solomon Jr. brought it in. Toby knocked it out. That resulted in another touchdown. 1st and 15 now from the 25. Morgan back to throw. His pass caught on the near side by Dorner, and Dorner going to get forced out of bounds after picking up 7 or 8 on the play.
Runs out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
And these are games that we saw a lot of last year from the Vulcans. Some of the Killers game, I think back to the Shepherd game last year, the Kutztown game last year, where the Vulcans had such commanding leads at certain points during the game. It looked like they had control, but they kind of let the game slip through their fingers a little bit. And we've seen that here today, where they were so great, so strong for such a large majority of the game.
Yeah.
As the second down pass, Morgan back to throw, looking for the end zone. His pass broken up at the goal line.
Incomplete. There is a
Flag thrown on the play.
play.
And I think the Vulcans protesting that it should be an offensive pass interference, but waiting to see what the referee calls, as both teams still lingering around the 20-yard line. I think the Rams are going to get the favorable calls. It looks like their offense wants to push forward.
Yeah, they definitely might. At least from here, it looked like it could have gone either way, but that's probably just me being biased.
Defense number 23. Ballard in the end zone.
That one going to go against number 23, Tyan Lobin. Like I said, both players just had their arms all over each other, and that one is truly one that could have gone either way, but that one favoring the away side and the Rams. And since it had occurred in the end zone, the ball will be placed on the 2-yard line, and the Rams now knocking on the door and have a chance to kind of seal off the game here.
Yeah.
Chance for the Rams with a dagger. Morgan keeps it himself, and Morgan powers his way just shy of the goal line. They're going to call him inches short of a touchdown. I thought he got in, but it looked like they're going to call him just short.
Yeah.
And if you're the Vulcans, that's probably the worst case scenarios, because now it allows the Rams to run off even more time as we're under 2 minutes left to go here in the 4th. So that touchdown not in quite yet, but you're ever closer. Now you're looking at a couple of taking off another 20-something seconds off the clock, as Morgan going to take the keeper, and Morgan going to get his way into the end zone for the touchdown. The signal finally thrown up, flag thrown after the play, and I think the scoreboard operators were way ahead of everyone else as they already tacked on the touchdown. 1:38 left to go now here in the 4th quarter, waiting to see what the flag is after the play.
Probably some type of unsportsmanlike, definitely a dead ball penalty. So they'll probably if it's against Rams, the Vulcans will probably tack it on the kickoff.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 9 of the offense.
Yeah, after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against Seth Morgan after he ran in the touchdown. And, I mean, he ran it in. I feel like he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Him and this Rams team just have not gone quietly into the night. They had chances to give up and to let their team slip away as the kick is up. And the kick is good. 45-34 the score. 1:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on CTV. CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium as Shepherd put the dagger into the hearts of the Vulcans. Nothing shy of a miracle if California want to come back and win this game. This unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will be tacked on to the kickoff. 44-34 the score. 1:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And like I said, this is a game that we saw a lot out of California last year. 3 games in particular against Kutztown, against Shepherd, and against IUP. 3 games where the Vulcans had commanding leads going into the fourth quarter of play, and all 3 times the opponent were able to come back and win the game. Shepherd going for an onside kick, and great job by the Vulcans, smartly calling for the fair catch. Not only are they going to get it, it's going to be a late hit after the play. Great heads-up awareness by the Vulcans. Not something you see a whole lot of, but smartly done by California. Looked like it was number 46, Grant Hoppel, who brought in the fair catch, and just got popped right afterwards.
And one thing you also got to look out for is possibly an illegal fair catch, as there were 2 fair catch signals and one didn't necessarily make the catch. I'm not sure if it matters here or not.
After the fair catch signal,
Okay.
personal foul on the kicking team, number 30. 15 yards from the end of the return.
So that'll make the Vulcans' jobs a lot easier going into the stretch. I mean, you're asking for a whole lot. You need a touchdown, and you need an onside kick. You need to recover it, then you need to score at least a field goal to tie the game.
Yep.
But it gives you a much easier opportunity here, as the ball was already going to be spotted in a good spot because the Rams went for an onside kick type situation on that play, but tack on another 15 yards afterwards. Ball going to be spotted at the Rams' 31-yard line. And the Vulcans have a ton of work to do here.
Yeah.
1:37 left to go. The Vulcans only have 1 timeout. And you think if they would have just been able to hold on to those 2 timeouts earlier, how different of a game would it be? Black back to throw. Black now rolling to his right out of the pocket. Black firing deep down the field. That pass nearly picked off, trying to just throw it out of bounds. Hopkins in the area. But again, it could have been another pick.
Second down and 10 from the 30.
Yeah, 2 picks today have been thrown by Black, and I can't really say, can we even really fault him for both of them?
Yeah, the first one you definitely can. The second one is a bit of a 50-50 ball that maybe probably shouldn't have been thrown, but you want to give your receiver who's had one amazing game a chance to make a play, and that time Willis just kind of left it up for the defender to pick off. 2nd and 10 now from the 30. Black back to throw, firing. That one hits his receiver in the hands, juggles up in the air, and they're able to make the catch. It's Hopkins again. That one, a dart straight into his arms. The Vulcans with the first down. The clock stops for the first down. Chains to reset, and the Vulcans already at the line, ready to go, wasting no time. Gets the snap. It looks like the Vulcans are going to get called for the false start as the snap was just a little bit slow to get off.
False start. Offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty.
That one go against number 51, Jeff Bonnet. Referees leaving the mic on a little bit too long. Referee has not heard a question. 1st and 15. Black's throw. That pass is caught on the near side by Martin, who's thrown down out of bounds. It's going to be able to stop the clock with 1:08 left to go. Second down and 3 now from the 13.
Yeah, one thing that might think of this game is when it hurt Vulcans.
Black back to throw, under pressure, just throwing that one away out of bounds. Shepard wanting an intentional grounding call to be thrown. Everyone on the sideline looking for it. I think the ball got past the line of scrimmage, and the Vulcans maybe luck out. A receiver in the area for the most part. It looked like Martin was still over on that far side.
Yeah. Let's see what they're going to do here.
Just over a minute to go. 1:02 left to play.
In order for that to have been intentional grounding, he still would have to been in the pocket, which I think he was. But as you said, if it must have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, which the line judge is saying it did.
Yeah, referee is just trying to discuss with the coaches. The official call on the field. 3rd and 3 now from the Rams' 13-yard line. Black in the gun. 4 receivers set for him. Going to hand this one off. And it was Cameron on the run. And Cameron going to get brought down 2 yards shy of the first down. And that's going to be the Vulcans using their final timeout. Just under a minute left. And the Vulcans running on the field goal unit because it's a 10-point game. So the Vulcans going to get themselves pretty much a guaranteed 3 points and hedge their bets on recovering an onside kick. I guess the order of operations doesn't really matter. You need the touchdown and the field goal either way.
Yep.
But again, you're asking a whole lot out of your offense here. Biko coming out to attempt the field goal, and if he makes it a one-score game, and then you're relying on your special teams to recover a less than 10%er, I think. I don't know quite the statistics on onside kicks, but they're not very favorable in terms of the recovering team.
Yep. Especially here, Vulcans out of timeouts. With how much time is left in the clock, if Rams were to get the ball, they'd only need to kneel it, I believe, once or twice. Twice, I believe.
Yeah, one of the Shepherd coaches on the field trying to have a word with the referee, waiting for him to make his way off the field. But a 23-yard field goal here for Beatco.
Beatco to attempt the 3 points.
Beatco's kick is up. Beatco's kick is no good. Last year, Beatco missed 2 kicks all year, and both were in the game against Shepherd, which the Vulcans lost by a field goal. Beatco missing his first of the season here in the final moments against Shepherd, and now that the Vulcans have no timeouts left, the Rams just need to run 2 plays, take a knee, wind out the clock and come away with a big win here in Adamson Stadium.
As fans start to head out of the stadium, Vulcans put up a valiant effort against Shepherd here. Let's say a few lapses of judgment and just little things that just weren't necessarily covered.
Yeah, that second half, Shepherd really came out of that halftime prepared well. They're able to stop the big plays out of that Vulcan offense, and were really able to get the game under control. And when you're in a game against such a good team like Shepherd, whenever they are able to get the game under control, they are able to do great things. And the Rams are going to take a knee and wind out the clock. And like you said, the Vulcans put up an effort, but only one team can win the game. And Shepherd going to come out of Adamson Stadium and make that 3-hour drive back home feeling good after they get a big win against a very tough opponent here in Cal. The Rams going to make their way off the field, and that's going to be the end of the game. Any final thoughts from you today, Braxton?
You hope Vulcans from here on out can bounce back, covering their P's and Q's, and as I said, little things can decide a game as they did here. But you hope this is a learning experience for everyone involved, and you hope they can come back better from this.
The number 14th ranked Rams going to improve to 3-0. The Vulcans fall to 1-1, and that is the final here at Adamson Stadium. Shepherd 44, California 34. From everyone here at CUTV, from our broadcast, from our producer Gary Smith, from my broadcast partner, I cannot talk here at the end of the game, Braxton Turner. My name is John Sape. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you guys all next time on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, Power 92. Good night, California. Have a safe drive home.